Hello, and welcome everyone. My name is Gluefoot. I hope you are having a wonderful morning wherever you are. Today, I'm playing Cloudpunk. I'm rather continuing to play Cloudpunk. Yeah, last we left off, I brought a pizza to a CEO in the spire above the clouds. This despite people starving in the lower levels of the city. You know, just regular capitalism things. I still have not retrieved all the cards I need for my quirky neighbor. That's still in progress. So, we are... I forget exactly where we're continuing, frankly. I still have the same black
And
tea
people live
as
there?
normal from...
If you call it a living. They eat mold and,
Oh,
algae
right, I'm
that
bringing
grows on the steam
emergency
vents.
rations.
But they're free.
It's a high price to pay for freedom, kid.
I'll do it.
Pick up the packages from Cloudpunk HQ, then I'll send you a nav point down into the vents.
Yeah, I remember now. Also, apparently we found the Falconer's Falcon, but let's just check that that's not through. Okay, that takes us into a different area of the city. I would much rather just go pick up the stuff first, and then see. Ow. But also, we got a bunch of upgrades to our Kava. Not sure really what the point of having a timer on it is if it instantly refreshes, but, you know, here we are. Alright. Our old Doc Hudson Hava.
We are going away from the city? We don't like the city.
Not really, Camus. We're just going through to the vents below.
It won't be like home?
I don't think so.
Is it dangerous?
Good question.
We're trying to save these people from starving, Camus. I think they'll be glad to see us. It's worth the risk.
Do you think this is nice food for the people?
I think it's all they're getting, and I'm surprised they're getting it.
I hope they like it.
Me too, Camus.
Imagine needing to use illegal Uber Eats to get food. It's basically... That is literally what is happening here. Oh, that's a building. I'm just gonna find my own way, frankly. Haven't been here, I guess. Maripis. I like Maripis better. I'm just gonna say Maripis. Maripis or Maripis. I mean, they both end in urine. Urine Maripis Island. Ha. Haha. Human excrement joke. What do we have here? Old book. Or, sorry, a memory chip, not an old book. Oh. Oh dear.
Faster, smarter, stronger. Find the real you. Corwin Bionics.
Okay, 3 more collectibles on Maripis Island. Maripis. Z or S? My jaw's still kind of stiff. It's still the morning for me. Punch card. I think that's a food stall over there. I wish that there was more of a way to, like, interact with the food, if that makes sense. Oh. Used battery. Oh. Fancy. I can't interact with this food stall. Dang. Still, though, again, the environments and I'll say it time and time again, the environments and music here are beautiful. And, like, I'm just impressed that it all gets, you know, pulled off so well. That's cool. Having the camera go right here and then have the cops instantly go by. That's a cool little vignette. Yeah, it's just a normal food vendor. So I was thinking, speaking of like dystopian happenings, in the US, recently, I don't know exactly when it was, but there was a giant data breach where this company called National Public Data, which if you're a private company, I don't think you should be allowed to have public in your name, but, you know, it's I guess that's just an opinion and not a widely shared philosophy. Also, at what point does an opinion become a philosophy? I guess when it has like a coherent set of beliefs and such. Anyway, and like a bunch of social security numbers got leaked. I don't know if I'm among them yet. I need to take proper steps to ensure that. But I do actually have a like credit monitoring service due to the fact that I was part of another data breach over a year ago. So yeah, just very unlucky generally. But I'm gonna head towards the Falconer. Dude needs to know where Norman the Falcon is. But like the thought occurred to me of like, why the fuck does a private company have access to social, or a private data broker, I should say? Because it's like it's one thing for a because for your social security number, excuse me, I'm just social security. I need to practice saying that. Social security. It's one thing for a social security. Oh, is this gonna send me down? I mean, is the other one gonna send me down? Yeah, they're both gonna send me down. Okay. Still gonna go to Norman. It's one thing for, excuse me, a job or a bank to have it. I mean, those are, at the end of the day, private companies, right? They don't get, at least not normally. Some banks get money from taxes, but not at the people's direct consent. I'm talking bailouts. Bailouts is the punchline there. But what I mean is that a private data broker, right, their whole point is to buy and sell data for like background checks and stuff like that. And it's like, I get why you would want a social security number for a background check, but the fact that they're able to just like hold on to this stuff is, to me, egregious. And I guess maybe I'm missing something. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for the sake of this conversation, and just assume that I am missing something from this equation of like why these people are allowed to hold on to this, or like why it's not a part of the why it is a part of the system that like these companies get to exist, right? That they get to hold on to private information and essentially pose a risk to the security and welfare of the, in this case, American people. And like what level of oversight did they have, right? Such that they are, I guess I need to go down.
You'd find in the body of a 20-year-old athlete. Blood plus vitality.
Like,
Blood
what,
plus
you know,
energy. Blood plus
like,
you.
why? I'm honestly more concerned, which is saying something, because if someone has your social security number, they can like open bank accounts in your name. They can get a job in your name and make you pay taxes for a job you don't even earn income from. You know, all those things, because that's the interesting thing. When setting up like direct deposit and stuff for jobs, they don't make you verify your social security number there to make sure that the money's going to the right place. They just say like, oh, you know, we have all your info, so we trust you. Oh, it's the cherry pie. I'm gonna buy some cherry pie.
Change your mind, did you? I knew you'd come back.
Sure.
I'll probably be back.
Much better than you thought, right?
Yeah. As the achievement said, better than I thought. But you know, like, was there any sort of like auditing or monitoring from a third party that like verified that they were keeping this information safe? And I mean, apparently not. Now, granted, computer security is a constant arms race, and like you can't account for every inevitability. However, you can do a lot to like mitigate that protection. And the fact that like national public data does not have any what I'll broadly call restorative justice, and this actually leads into an interesting conversation on it, but they don't have any restorative measures in place, right? Like, when I was part of this data breach a couple years ago, or potentially part of it, they offered free identity theft monitoring. The institution that had their data leaked, or had clients or like, you know, related parties' data leaked. They offered credit monitoring services for like a full year, and you could redeem them up to like 6 months after the data breach happened, right? So you could start your year up to 6 months after the data breach actually took place, which is good, right? Like, you want that to happen to make sure that people's livelihoods aren't put at undue risk due to your fuck up. I do not see that happening with national public data. They are not contacting people whose data was potentially at risk because it would require admitting that they had some wrongdoing, right? It would require admitting that, now this is an opinion, but it would require admitting that they should not have had that data in the first place, maybe? Just a thought. It's not really, you know, proper. If it's not proper for them to have it, then they, you know, and like, basically, I want heads to roll over this, is what it is. And, you know, maybe that's not the best view to have, but when thinking about the world's safety and cybersecurity and private companies and public services roles in that, it's hard not to get angry sometimes.
Hey, I saw your bird. I mean your falcon, Norman. What happened?
We had a disagreement.
Oh.
So you let him go?
Let is not the word I would use.
So Norman escaped?
He clawed my eye. If I catch him, I will skin him.
You have to be careful with wild animals.
I told you, he is not a wild animal. Where did you see him?
The slums. Deep in the slums.
Ooh.
You know the part that smells like sulfur in the low levels?
Yes.
Well, lower than that.
Right. Time to teach that bird a lesson.
Okay. Well, we might be seeing him again. I guess we're not headed into the slums so much as the vents. Are the vents the same as the slums? There's no compendium, is there? No. At least not easily accessible. Alright, let's go back up.
Offers the best in camera-defying subdermal face obfuscation technology.
But anyway, if you are watching,
Face on.
and you potentially enjoy trains, planes, and automobiles, or cyberpunk dystopias, or general early, well, for me, early morning yapping, consider sharing the stream around with your friends. I'm not honestly sure at my current level of like subscribers and average watch time and such that subscribing and liking actually does terribly much. I mean, maybe it does. You know, try it out and see. If you see me blowing up, you'll be able to, you know, pat yourself on the back for helping a youngin' on the tubes. Am I saying this right? Helping, you know, a newer content creator. Though granted, I've actually been making content for like 2 years at this point. I started out making shorts about Chainsaw Man, which, while some of them may be cringe, I do not regret making. Those were very fun to make. And the few things I've made since have captured that like level of consistency that I think I reached with that, at least in terms of like the release schedule. Lost my train of thought. Anyway, and I did actually do some streaming back then as well, but I only recently picked streaming back up as it's just kind of a habit to get into. Oh, there might be punch cards here. There's certainly people to talk to. Actually, can I remember this island? Where do I need to go?
Subdermal face obfuscation technology. Janice.
Marrow.
Face on.
Okay, we can come back here. We're not leaving the area, so I'll keep track of this decently easily. We should get the emergency rations to the people. Like, I know that our quirky neighbor needs those punch cards. Is that bisexual sign? Ayy. Oh, we are leaving the area. Eh, whatever. It's so quiet down. Oh, this is, I don't think this is the same kind of events or like old city area we visited last time where we found Cora. Yeah, because there's actually like a collectible here. But the silence is deafening. Kind of love it. Alright, Retsu.
You the delivery stooge.
I'm from Cloudpunk. I have your packages.
Those are no use to me. I can't deliver to the outpost anymore.
Uh-oh.
None of our vehicles work. The fuel lines froze. You should keep your engine running.
Did you get that, Camus?
Yes, I will keep a couple clock cycles free and monitor the temperatures.
How do you live here? It's so cold.
What do you care?
I asked, didn't I?
Whatever. Just leave the packages here. Go back to your city.
It's not my city.
Sure it is. You took this job because you were curious, right?
I took the job because I
Welcome
needed
to your
it.
poverty safari. This is our life.
I'm not even from the city.
The Eastern Peninsula?
Up until last week.
I see. Sorry. I thought you were just another Nivali. My name's Retsu.
Rania.
Cora knows what you must think of the Big Stack. That's what we call the city down here. It's the worst place on the planet. And we cling to the bottom like barnacles. And you know what? It's a hell of a lot better down here. We made this place a kind of home.
You've been here a while?
Yeah, I wasn't the first, though. Old Zeke traveled out here over 100 years ago. He set up the first moisture farm, collecting heat for his home from the vents. Folk had tried to live here before him, but he was the first to realize you couldn't live on rations alone. And you had to be ready for the chills.
So what was old Zeke's secret?
Zeke realized you could cultivate the algae pits for warmth when the vents cycled cool. He realized you could mill the mold dust into flour. He figured out how to cross the steam planes with a suit made from old abandoned Hover's insulation layers. I swear, they say no one alive can survive the wastelands between the cities. But if anyone could, it was Zeke.
And you took his place as the boss?
I'm the community leader, sure. But I'm not the longest surviving settler, not by a long shot. The elders living beyond the far rim say they knew Zeke's grandkids. Tales of Zeke surviving, thriving even out here in the vents, attracted a lot of folk that wanted to live off the grid. Away from corp security and the lights and the headaches. Everyone has headaches in the big stack, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't.
You will.
You will.
Yep.
Everyone gets them eventually. Doesn't the air smell cleaner down here?
Every time I breathe in, it feels like my lungs are going to freeze and shatter.
Well, that is the problem right now. This is supposed to be summer.
How can it be summer here?
The warm season. The vents cycle between warm and cold over a predictable time period. Or at
But-
least they used to.
Yep.
It seems like all the maintenance systems are going mad recently. We have a saying here, Cora provides. Well, right now all Cora is providing is a new ice age.
What do you think Cora is?
Cora is everything, and all of us. Cora is the provider and the caretaker and the disciplinarian. Cora holds out a closed fist, and we must push out our chin. Sometimes the fist holds food, sometimes the fist strikes us, and yet we must endure.
So Cora is your...
Salvation, and right now, Cora has sent us you.
I'm not really religious like that. I think you have to help yourself. Be independent.
You can't lecture us on independence while you live in Nivalis under the watch of the corpse.
It's got a point.
You said you cling like a... what did you call it? A barnacle?
Harsh and fair words, Rania. I know you have seen Cora's light, though. It glows from you. Am I wrong?
Who knows? So, you want me to deliver these parcels?
I would appreciate it. We really are starving. 3 families. I can give the coordinates to your vehicle.
Okay, I'll get going then. I'll see you on the way back.
Cora willing. Be cautious around my brethren, Rania. They live like sculptures of ice. Fragile. Temporary.
What actually would have been kind of interesting is to have more of a conversation around the poverty tourism thing. Like this gets into like something called like voluntourism, which is essentially the idea that like people in developed nations volunteer and like take trips to underdeveloped places and don't actually really make an impact. They're just going there to feel good and to like sample the local whatever, basically. So where do I go from here? And so, like, even though, like, you could still consider Ranya's trip down here a form of poverty tourism. Like, even if she herself has only been in the city a week, she is part of a system. She is now a part of a system, even though I guess it's kind of arguable because of Cloudpunk's illicit status. But, it is, you can argue that, like, she is still a part of this, she is still participating in the system of, like, poverty tourism that, you know, kind of in a sense, like, relishes the righteousness of providing for the poor, which requires an underclass to begin with. So, like, as opposed to actually making systemic change to, you know, make it so that an underclass is not necessary, right? So that, like, people wouldn't have to live like this in order to, you know, do those things like have independence, escape from corporate security. Instead of, like, facilitating that systemic change, you just do the little things. Yeah.
Who are you?
I was sent to deliver supplies.
Sent by who?
Retsu.
Cloudpunk.
I don't know who
Oh.
that is. You from the big stack? Get out of here.
You need this. It's food.
I don't need nothing from you.
Retsu said,
Retsu sent you.
Yeah.
yes, he said you should take this.
What did you say? Give it here.
They don't trust us very much.
I bet they have their reasons, Camus.
Honestly, reasonable take. Well, hey, don't shove me. Also, what does your sprite look like? Oh, probably didn't expect me to inspect it up close, huh? I guess that's just a black suit, but whatever. Alright. We're gonna go around this loop. We're going to enjoy it, darn it. There's a moisture farmer back there. Go. I'll deliver the last package before I try to talk to that one.
I brought you supplies.
Who sent you?
Retsu.
Retsu.
Yep. Right
Well,
answer.
Okay then. I ain't seen no one from the stacks down here in years. Decades even. You know, maybe you can use this. You put it in the wall and it gives you a token. Or something like that.
Thanks. It's just 5 numbers on a bit of paper.
That's right. Thank you kindly for the supplies. Now we even.
Oh, is
Well,
that for
thank you kindly.
holocash? Might be for holocash. I'm gonna try that out once I get back to the city. Man, even this, like, has such good details in it. Like, there's, like, the broken down Havas, there's the lights on in the windows, there's the street lights that actually exist, there's, like, the like, dampening and rot of the, or I don't know if it's really rot, but, you know, the kind of, like, discoloration on the walls. The little pieces of debris in the streets. Like, it's all there. Like the fire sounds that happen. Yeah, it's amazing how they sell you on just the difference just through sound. The difference between these areas, I mean. Right, like you can actually hear like howling wind, but like there's no bustling Hava sound. Most notably, I'd say actually the rain. I wonder if they get rain down here.
They already called me on the old CB radio and told me you were on your way.
Ah, good
You're
for them.
the talk of the town, lady.
I'm just a delivery driver.
Well, I don't know if anybody has said this to you before, but I'll say it now. Thank you.
Thanks. I mean, you're welcome.
I'll get back to the city as quick as possible, lady. There's a chill coming. I can feel it in my bones. Anyone outside is gonna get sharded. Go, quickly. And don't think twice about coming back here, you hear?
Okay. Good luck.
Okay. Let's go visit that last moisture farmer, though. Oh, parking sensor's dysfunctional. I guess we can't. Shame. really wants us to return to Retsu, huh?
I can see Retsu. Why is he not moving?
Oh no. Camus, find us somewhere to park.
The security overrides won't let me. The temperature is too low. It is not safe to land now. If you got out of the Hova, you would feel very cold. Then you'd be stuck, like the man.
He's
that
not
sucks.
stuck, Camus. He's gone.
He can't be gone. He can't move.
Dead, Camus. He's dead.
Aw.
Yeah.
Fragile and temporary. Let's go. There's nothing else we can do.
Was there any... I mean, that guy's still back there and there's a couple collectibles. Alright. Guess we'll have to come back here. It's too bad that you can't, like, sort through the areas of the map.
I am getting a message request.
Why are you getting a message request? If there's a message request, it
When
should
you're in
come to
another
my
area.
comm.
The message is addressed to the Hova.
So it's someone I don't know. Patch it through, I guess.
My ship had finally come in, but in this case, the ship was a battered Hova. Redemption comes in all shapes and sizes, sometimes with bumps, dents, and a dime store paint job.
What? Who is this?
The dame wanted a name. What did I have left to lose? And nothing but my hat. I let her know that I was Huxley. but
okay,
I,
this guy's a
left
character.
off the private investigator. She'd know the deal soon enough.
So you're a private investigator and your name is Huxley.
The dame was as sharp as my ex-wife's parting words before she left me and moved back in with her mother. She'd pegged me as a PI, but I still needed her help. Maybe I could drop some bills in her pocket if she could get me back to the big stack.
I think Huxley is malfunctioning.
I'm closing this channel now. Please stop calling me.
The dame was giving me a shoulder so cold, I was getting frostbite. I had to sweeten the deal. I'd already mentioned the cash, but no dice. Maybe I'd put it all on red and tell her about the girl I was trying to save. The dame sounded hard as ice, but Pasta's story was so sad, it would melt a diamond.
Why does he talk like that?
I don't know.
I might actually help him if he wasn't so annoying. I've never heard so many mixed metaphors in all my...
I dangled the bait in the water, but the dame wasn't buying. Without my help, Pasta was done for. When the dead corpse finished with her, God knows what would be left.
Debt corpse. Is he trying to save some girl from them?
I have located his signal. I have a nav point. We could pick him up. Should I display the nav point?
Hey Huxley, if you can answer a simple question, I'll take you back up the city. Are you really a PI trying to save a girl from a debt corp?
Yes, is what I wanted to say. But the dame was suspicious, and who could blame her? Here I was, some abandoned PI android stuck in the hollows with a 2-bit story about trying to save some girl. In her position, I would have hit the dirt in a heartbeat. But here's the kicker, the story was true.
Fine. Camus, give me a nav point. We'll take him with us and drop him off on the way.
Alright. Let's see if it'll let me go back and park. I'm always going in the opposite direction of the navigation point, which is what I enjoy about games like this, is it kind of just... It'll let you. Like, honestly, it'll let you just ignore instructions. Alright. Nope, okay. Still dysfunctional. Still frozen. I see. I guess it would always be colder down here generally. Like, I don't imagine it would reach above... Well, but if it's venting heat... I don't know. Anyway. Going back upstairs. I still just love the skybox, though. Yep, there it is. Okay, I was trying to like listen for kind of the hum of Havas. And sure enough, there it is. Meadow Market. Alright. One C652. Alright. Nice. Punch card. This can't be the only parking here, right? This is the only parking here. Okay. We really are just going on this adventure. So I don't know what it is with this tea. I got like one really good brew out of the whole bag, and now all of it kind of sucks. Elevator guy's complaining. Not a punch card. Old video game, let's go. I need to remember where I need to go to take that. This is the problem with not having the map, is that I can't like can't find certain stuff that I feel like I need to, you know? Like, I don't know where my house is.
Hey, please stop. I need your help.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Just one moment. I know I look monstrous.
No, you don't. I'm just really busy.
Making deliveries. I know. That's why I need your help. They call me Patchwork.
You need to call my company if you want a delivery. I can't take on jobs from people on the street.
Yeah.
I can pay you. No one else will help me. People scream.
They scream?
The children are frightened. They tell stories
It
about
doesn't look
me.
that bad, honestly.
About the freak.
Really? There
I mean,
are
like,
plenty
I get
of
the
androids back
allegory
in
here,
the
though.
Eastern Peninsula that want to wear dermis but can't keep it in good repair.
In Navalis, such a thing is seen as an abomination. Unclean.
Dermis is expensive. Do you ever consider just living as an android?
Never. I don't feel like an android. My body feels wrong. I want to have skin, to breathe, to feel, to sweat, to touch people without them recoiling.
I understand. What do you want from me?
I can't leave this alleyway. They run from me. Corpsec would find me for causing a scene. I need dermis. I can only buy from less reputable sources.
You want me to buy you black market skin cells? No way.
I can pay you well. As a human, it is not even illegal for you. Only androids are forbidden from buying from unofficial vendors.
Which is
I'm
weird.
sorry, you need to find someone else.
There is no one else. I have been like this for a week. I will not live like this. I cannot.
How far do I need to go?
Just 2 blocks over. Here is the money. You can keep half.
Fine. What is his name?
Greppo. He stands in the corner. a thin
Salted
mustache.
Greppo.
He is hard to miss.
And what is your name?
I told you. They call me Patchwork.
What is your name?
Pete. I would like to be called Pete.
I'll do what I can, Pete.
Transmask needs to get his tea from Salta Greppo. That's the next fucking stream title. Is Transmask gets his tea from Salta Greppo. That's actually gonna be that's gonna be funny. Alright, real question, does this guy look like Salta Greppo?
Greppo?
That's me. Keep moving, sick.
Not quite.
What? I'm not corpsec.
Sure you ain't. I don't have anything for you.
Dermis. I need it. For a friend.
Oh. The skin job found someone to come out and play? How is Patchwork Man?
His name is Pete.
Pete? Who's he fooling? He's the Patchwork Man. With the wobbly jelly eyes and the flesh hanging off him like he's skin meat.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You know what they say about him? The Patchwork Man loves to see the smiles on kids' faces. That's why he wears them over his own.
That's just mean.
Just give me the dermis.
Sure. Tell Patchwork I said hi. That freak.
Asshole.
Yeah, you said it, Rania. I guess it's not so much a trans allegory, though it does, like, share similarities with it. But, you know, like, disability and deformity in general. And, you know, like, we kind of know at this point that, that this society that Cloudpunk is set in, you know, deprives you of basic needs. And frankly, like, the need for, like, a coherent appearance and sense of self is one of those needs. I think it kind of goes underrated, and it's something, it's an interesting conversation when you get to around, when you talk about coverage of, like, cosmetic surgeries in terms of, like, being covered by health insurance. Like, an easy and, like, accessible answer is a, like, nose alignment after you've broken your nose, like a deviated septum. That's not always strictly cosmetic because that can cause breathing issues. But say that, like, a deviated septum is not causing you breathing issues. Having a surgery to, like, realign it can still actually be, like, a positive thing, because there are multiple data points that show, like, subjective rating of looks gets you more positive impressions from people, and, like, you get higher in society because of it, or, like, you get farther. Like, you're more likely to get a job, for example. People are more likely to give you the benefit of the doubt, you know?
I can't believe you have to deal with that Greppo guy.
Did you get the dermis?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a vial with some liquid.
That's right. The cells are microscopic, but they grow and renew. I'll have full human skin for a few months, at least. Then it breaks down.
Can you get
Yeah.
something more permanent?
Not unless a million limbs suddenly appear in my bank account.
Would you ever live as an android?
Would you?
I guess not.
Thank you for your help.
See you around, Pete.
Yeah, see you around, Pete. It's interesting, though, that the artwork, like, I feel like it kind of undermines the allegory that the artwork isn't willing to portray Pete as he is. Right? Because it talks about, like, skin falling off and his eyes, you know, like, ogling out and stuff. But, like, it just shows him as kind of like a normal dude with, like, an interesting haircut. Basically. Like, that's not too different from anyone with, like, head tattoos. So, like, I will say, that little anecdote was definitely more of what I was looking for from Rania, where it's, like, part of her, like, hopeful side, right? Like, she has, it's not all cynicism. She like, does genuinely want people and living beings. I'm just kind of wrapping androids into this because that's, you know, it seems in the fiction of Cloudpunk that androids should be considered living beings. So, you know, just kind of abbreviating that conversation. Punch card. You know, that Rania has sympathy and wants them to live as they want to live. Whether that is with dermis or, you know, having rights or all those things. Right? Like, it is, I think it is Rania's, it makes more clear that it is Rania's belief that those things should be true. And that's good. I like that sort of writing.
Are you Huxley?
The dame really came through.
Alright, where are we going?
Why do you talk like that?
Who was this bum that was questioning me? Another tin can with an attitude and too many questions. I gave him the brush off.
Hey, don't talk to him like that, or I'll drop you in the hollows.
The dame had a point. I'd better play nice for now. I'd slip her some bills when she took me to the holocaust machine. A handful of limbs should help dip this sour lemon in a little sugar.
Can you understand what he is saying?
About
Yes.
40% of it.
The dame and the car were close. Any fool could see that. But I looked beyond the surface. She was a girl from out of town. Still as green as the water supplies down in the vents.
Tell me where
You
you're
said
going.
you're a private investigator. Do you really think that's how they talk?
She had an attitude, but I liked her. And her dog, too.
How did he know I was, your dog?
I guess that's what investigators do, right?
There was a holocaust machine up ahead, but I had to keep a real low profile. I'd give the dame my number and let her grab the cash for me.
And that number would be?
I gave her the digits. 54244. She was a smart cookie. She'd remember them.
Okay, where is the, like, nearest holocaust machine, actually? Oh, hey. Yeah, that place I was meaning to go for a while, with potentially more punch cards. It is interesting that the punch cards is kind of the only long-term quest that's, like, in your quest log, you know, like, has a sign actually out to the side. Oh. No. Here we go. Wait, I think I've been here, because I remember Trixie
Hey, is
Dio.
that the cherry pie?
Yeah? Why?
I'm live streaming right now, and one of my subscriber superfans wants me to eat something messy on cam.
Gross.
It's nothing creepy. Can I have it?
No, it's mine. I might eat it.
Really?
Maybe not, actually.
Yeah,
Give it to me for some 50 limbs?
sure.
Done.
I prefer tarte tatin. What? I guess that's French punch card. I'm just saying punch card is a meme at this point, honestly. It's just nice to, like, get excited about finding punch cards. I don't know, just it's funny. It tickles my brain. Can I go through here? Don't think so. The holocaust machine. Oh, hey, is it the same? Excuse me, is this the same engineer?
Engineer, are you ever going to tell me your name?
Nope.
Sure. Call me Painter.
You've given up then?
You know, for a while there, I really thought I was onto something. I followed a lead down to the vents. I didn't expect to find all these people.
What was the lead?
An old master control program. I found a data cable that stretched out of the city. It led there.
What did it lead to?
Cora.
Nothing. I'd hoped to find some old rogue mainframe spitting out garbage to the main infrastructure subsystems. Maybe it would be as simple as turning it off, then on again.
It wasn't that simple?
Nothing ever is.
What will you do now? The city needs people who are trying to make things better.
I know. And I might go back to work. I can't see another disaster and feel that weight on my shoulders. Could I have stopped it? Did I cause it? It's too much.
I understand. See you around, Painter.
See you around, driver.
I was reading about fatalism today, because I was trying to remember spoilers for the movie Tenet, if you care about that. Oh, there's a lot more collectibles. But basically, one of the characters has this quote that's like, "What's happened, happened," but it's not an excuse to do nothing. It's an expression of, or like his quote is, "It's an expression of faith of mechanics of the world, not an excuse to do nothing." And basically, it's the idea that like, though maybe the outcome of stuff might be predetermined, like you still need the causal. You still need like the causal occurrences in order to get to that point, right? And as such, like, doing nothing may actually cause the thing you fear happening. Can I just clean him out?
I settled the bill. Surely the dame would drop me like a bad penny now.
No, I'll
This
take
is a
you.
lot of money. I can drop you somewhere else if you like.
Why are we helping him more?
He's kind of growing on me.
The dame had a heart of gold. I asked her to drop me at my office. On the way, I'd tell her about Pashta. Maybe she'd fall for me like I'd fallen for her.
I do not like this.
Nope.
Where's
It's a
this
bit-
office of
it's
yours,
a bit
Huxley?
forward.
We were headed towards my office in Old Town. I gave the dame a nav point to help her out. Hold on, Pashta. It won't be long now, kid.
Thanks. Who is this Pashta anyway? What happened to her?
It was a story so sad it could make a bronze statue of a lawyer cry. It all started with a call from a small-time hustler called Peter Unthrink. He tended a bar downtown, but he had some bad debt. The debt corp took his cash, but when that wasn't enough, they took his daughter too. He had a record, so CorpSec wasn't gonna help him. With nowhere left to turn, he sought the help of Midtown's best, cheapest PI.
So the debt corpse can abduct children now?
The
Apparently.
dame didn't realize who she was dealing with. The dead corpse had hearts blacker than my morning cup of joe.
Huxley, were you always like this? Did something happen to you?
The dame thought I had a screw loose. I guess her instincts were good. Truth
Yeah.
was, there was a time when I sounded just like every other humdrum android out there. Now, I'd played a role so well I was stuck in it. My programming was messier than my accounting. Here's the kicker. I was a better investigator now than I'd ever been.
Punch card. I like the lines of this. I mean, granted, you know, it's all voxels, so, like, lines are probably going to be strong anyway, just because things tend to align in, you know, voxel worlds. Am I getting a text message? Oh, yeah, it's a messenger. Yeah. No, I will admit, much like Rania, I share Ranya's opinion. Like, Huxley's kind of growing on me. It's a bit pretentious at first, but like that character archetype of like speaks in third person. I mean, it's just the fact he commits to the bit. You know, you gotta honor someone who commits to the bit. You gotta respect it. Like, I've been playing Hi-Fi Rush. I don't plan to play it on stream because I want to listen to all the licensed songs. But, like, there's this NPC who is sort of like this cop type, investigator type. And he doesn't talk in third person or anything, but he does talk like a cop serial character. Quayside. Yeah. Not sure I really like that name. But yeah, more kind of lean-to houses. Shanties. Or, not shanties. Oh yeah, yeah, shanties, because like shanty towns. Alright, do we have... I think we have all the collectibles in this area. Okay. Excuse me. See, like, it doesn't tell us where we are. I guess we're in the Marrow. I think we live in Midtown. Okay, Cauldron. I'm not super close to getting to the 20 punch card, so I'm gonna, you know, continue the story further until I'm closer to, like, go around and scrape places for collectibles. Though, granted, maybe I do need to go there to, like, get close, so... Yeah, I guess we're exploring again.
Remarkable retina implants stream real-time information directly from...
It would be nice if there was, like, an auto pathfinding back to your vehicle. You know? Because the exploring happens. And, like, I think it would be decently easy to do. But more so just to have, like, an auto walk, I guess. I think I need to head, like, directly south. Not directly south, but pretty south pretty quickly. And then onto the highway. I accidentally held the spacebar there. Cauldron. Don't crash into the building. It's generally not appreciated. Andy. Hi, Andy.
Excuse me. I am not usually permitted to speak.
Wait, someone
but
was
I need
looking
help.
for Andy.
I'm really busy.
It will only take a moment.
Really busy.
I have no one else to ask.
No one else but the million people walking past as we speak? I need to stop
She makes
talking
a
to
point.
randos on the street.
You do me more kindness by acknowledging me than anyone else has shown.
Damn it. What do you want?
A ride.
Ah, so she's a sucker.
I knew it. No way.
I will pay you.
I'm not a taxi.
I know. Cloudpunk, right? I recognize your car. You're a delivery driver. So deliver me.
I deliver packages, not people. You're not a package.
Actually, I am.
Yeah?
Listen, this has been lovely, but I have to...
I am not lying. Look at my ID card. Here it is.
Okay, it lists your owner. Weird. That doesn't make you a package, though.
Oh, Takeo.
It makes me property. Ask your automata.
Camus, can you check this ID? 1, 14, 4, 25, 4, 15, 12, 12.
Property belonging to an android called Sarinam. Citizenship voluntarily revoked last month. If found, return to owner.
I told you. Will you take me back to Sari? I'll pay you. You can't even get in trouble. It's not far.
I guess. Get in then.
Ah, crap. But someone was looking for Takeo, so we do need to go back there.
So, your property?
Oh, now I have 2 passengers.
Yes.
And you want to go back to your owner? Don't slaves want to escape?
I'm not a slave. Being the property of a rich android is my career. Just like driving deliveries is yours.
Okay, I get it.
I just realized we have 2 passengers. This is awkward. Huxley, sorry, we're taking a little detour.
I do not get it.
Yeah, actually, I don't get it either. Do you need help to run away?
No. I love my work.
How is being owned by someone else work?
Supply and demand. It's economics.
What do you supply?
Sex.
Ah.
Oh no, how does that... Why... No, don't tell me.
I am curious. Tell me.
Damn it, I'm curious too.
I am
I'm
only
not.
qualified to provide my services to Smoothskins, but I offer a range of services.
Smooth skins?
It means androids with humanoid dermis. Rubber, synthetic flesh, or plastic. You know, the androids that look a lot like humans. Not the boxy ones.
Right. And you...
They're all boxy.
Many androids look back on the long period when they were used as sex dolls by humans as a shameful period.
It was shameful.
Yes, but some of the androids now have an interest in reversing the roles. They want to have sex with humans who behave and respond. Or rather, don't respond. Like sex dolls.
Oh no, like for revenge?
More like a, how would you say it? A kink.
Ooh.
I find this very interesting.
Camus.
Is it not
Wait, so is
interesting?
he a human? He's not an android?
It's weird.
Sex is weird.
Yes, I agree. Weird and interesting.
It just seems so seedy.
Sex work is work. I make people happy. I'm good at what I do.
But does this android need to own you? Do you need to give up your personhood for them?
That's what makes it real for my clients. If I didn't really give up my autonomy, it would just be a game.
Maybe it would be okay if it was just a game. People are into role play, right? Aren't you putting yourself in danger by letting someone own you?
I am, but I trust my clients.
I have a question about the sex.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
How do you do sex?
Yeah.
Well, they want a sex doll, or something like a sex doll. So, a lot of the time, I just lie there.
Didn't android sex dolls have more functions?
Later models did, but the early ones just lay there. Sometimes they made noises.
Fascinating.
I'm not sure I can go through with this.
Please, just leave me at the Vinculum Ascender. My owner will collect me from the spire.
I don't know. Camus, I think maybe we should take Andy somewhere else. What do you think?
I am not sure. Where could we take him?
Midtown? At least he'd be safe there.
Safe? With no money, no job, and no owner?
Maybe it is better to leave him in Midtown. I don't think people should be able to stop being people and become things instead.
Me neither.
But it is what I want.
Quiet, I need to think.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, Rania, but like, I don't know. I'm all for risk-aware, consensual kink. Like, as far as I'm concerned, this Andy guy's in the right. Only insofar as like he knew the risks going in, and like he's willing to assume that risk profile. That's what I'm working based off of. He's not like unaware of the risks, and he's not like being naive or something. He, like, again, this is coming from a location of trust. He understands the risks. Man, I am so sorry, Huxley, for this diversion. Anyway, so I just need to remember to go back to the marrow, is really what this is.
Thank you for respecting my choice.
I think you should reconsider.
Here's your money. Goodbye.
I can't believe he is an object. He seems so much like a person.
I'm not so sure.
Can I ask another question about the sex?
Absolutely not.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of a, I mean, not a trolley problem, but like an interesting dilemma of like, how do you truly respect someone's autonomy in that situation? Like, I feel like there's definitely a thought experiment around that. Midtown. Wait, where am I now? Am I in Ochuba? Anyway, sorry Huxley for the diversion. Yeah, it would be easier to not have awkward situations like that if the city weren't just so fun to explore. Also, am I going to be sent through another? Avalon Heights, okay. Okay, so there's more to explore in Avalon Heights. Is that this guy? NPCs to talk to. No, you know what? I already took enough away from Huxley. I've been monopolizing his time. I gotta get this job done. Still not a taxi service, by the way. We definitely pulled a reverse Uber on this, going from like driving supplies to like driving food to driving people, right? Where Uber went from driving people to driving food to driving supplies. Because Uber Eats does like groceries and stuff now. Or at least DoorDash does. I think Uber Eats does. I do think Uber might actually be improved if there was like a human dispatch instead of it all being like automated. And admittedly, that is like the thing to automate. Right, like you just select who's nearby, who fits like the criteria of what's needed and the qualifications, and you know, it's not rocket surgery or anything. Ow. Ow. We're gonna need to refuel and repair soon. We'll refuel here. Then we'll go drop off Huxley, then we'll go repair. I think that's the way to go. Ah, 294. Interesting that the screen is crooked. Oh, we're headed to Old Town. Why is it taking us on this route? I feel like there were... I guess the city's just bigger than I thought. Admittedly, like, Old Town has a distinct look because of the highways and the lighting, but... the other places don't, unless I'm confusing something. Like one is like blue highway, the other is like a purple highway, which I guess is possible. Just like what was that they said was punishable by death? I'm guessing some like basic need that you need to apply to a yearly permit for. Means if your permit expires, you might get executed. Yay! Dystopia. Oh, is this the end of the train?
Your office is all boarded up. Did you get fired?
The dog was half right. I was fired, but that place was where I slept, so I guess I was homeless too. Eviction was the illness, but what was the cause?
Probably not paying your rent.
There's a note on your door. Shouldn't you read it?
Who knew how hot this place was? I was sure I'd been tailed. If I stepped up to that doorway, I might get a knife in the back or a bullet in the head.
I think you're being overdramatic. I'll check out the note.
What if it is not safe?
I need to go
I'll
up to
take my chances. I want to see what this note says.
Yeah, I need to go up the elevator. Come on, elevator. Return. Return to me. Wait, I need to go up, not down. Nope. Crap. Yeah, I don't know why the camera made me go that direction. I swear I was pressing the correct thing, but I guess the game didn't like that. Ooh, elevator. Please don't leave.
Okay, I can see the note. It says, go to the Blue Chewy Jazz Bar and ask for the Smoking Man.
We're not taking him there too, are we?
Yes, we are.
Couldn't ask the dame for much more. She'd already stuck her neck out for me.
We can drop him off at the bar. It's close by.
Close by my ass. Do I have all the collectibles here? Yeah, looks like I do.
Soon we'd be at the Blue Chewy Jazz Bar. It was a dive, but it was the kind of place you'd go for answers. Who had left me that note? Who was the smoking man? And where would I...
We have an incoming call.
It's from Control, yeah.
No.
Oh.
It is for Huxley.
I knew who was calling. This would be bad.
Put it through, I guess.
What in Cora's name you think you're doing, you pile of junk? Where have you been?
The client was mad, and with good reason. He'd paid good money, but I'd been stuck down in the hollows following a lead. The lead went cold, and I was trapped down there with no comm signal and no cash.
You wasted my money and my time. If you don't find my daughter, I'm infecting you with a logic virus. I have hacker friends.
Hey, what the hell?
I don't know who you are, but you better leave this idiot to do his job.
I was gonna save that girl, but not because of the threats. Truth was, I was the only one searching for her.
24 hours, then your time's up. I want my daughter back, but if she's...
Man, Peter seems like an asshole.
Gone. She's gone. I'll live with that. But what I won't stand for is some android stealing my money. Get to work.
He hung up.
We're close to the bar.
I hope the dame would come with me. Was that too much to ask?
Yes.
I'll come to the entrance, but after that, we need to get back to work. And if Control calls with another job at any point, you're on your own, Huxley.
The offer was as fair as the spin of a roulette wheel. I rolled the dice and took a gamble.
Yeah.
You don't use dice in roulette.
I know, Camus, just let it go.
I like the resignation. Like the guy's a kook. Just let him be.
Antique video games are addictive and violent. Trade in ownership of video games or confiscation.
Took you long enough.
Are you the one that left the note?
Who are you?
The chump had an attitude and a smell to match. They didn't call him Smokin' Jojo because he was cute. His circuit boards were on the fry, literally. He was half burnt out, overheating and underperforming. He didn't like the dame, but he knew me. We went way back, but Jojo's lips were normally sealed tighter than...
My name is Rania. I picked him up in the hollows, and he says he's looking for a girl called Pashta. Why did you leave the note?
As Huxley knows, I normally don't say nothing to nobody. But as you can see, I ain't got long left. You could fry an egg on my processor.
Can't you get help? Repairs?
Nah, they don't make the parts for an old model like me no more. And I ain't got no limbs anyway. Point is, if I want to do some good, I better do it now while I can. Huxley, I know something about this girl you're looking for.
I wanted to hear what the old bucket had to say, but how did he know I was looking for Pashta?
You've been asking around town. Word gets out.
I mean, didn't Ronnie also just say?
Gig a few months back. The pay was real good, and I'm still the best horn player in town. Even if I don't look too good these days. What, with all the rust and all, While I was there, I overheard some things. This ex-corp goon called Raguan was there. Talking about how he got screwed over.
And?
Look, I don't like squitting like this. Give me a minute.
Jojo was singing like a songbird, but would we dance to his beat?
Huxley, please be quiet for a minute, okay? I can't believe I'm getting sucked into this. So what does this Raguan guy have to do with Pashta?
Well, this Raguan guy's drunk, and he's throwing his weight around. Near enough getting into a fight
Raguan
with
is the
some
most
waiter
consistent they've
who's
pronounced
just
any
trying to
name
serve the champagne.
in this game.
In the middle of mouthing off, Raguan says he's dangerous, and he can make people disappear. He says he's not to be messed with, because the last guy that messed with him lost his kids. Then he starts crying.
That's strange, but it doesn't link him to Pashta in any way.
But he says the name. I was the only one that heard him. But he takes a drink.
Says, I'm sorry,
Through his
Pashta.
tears, he keeps saying, sorry, Pashta. Sorry. Now, ain't that a thing?
That's a lead, at least.
The trail had gone cold for a while, but with Jojo's help, we picked it up again.
Come on, I can try to find where this Raguan lives. I'll ask Camus back in the Hava. After that, though, you're on your own, Huxley.
Is the Hava gonna be trashed? Hopefully I'm not getting my car stolen again. Okay, well, it's still there.
He is still here? Why is he still here?
We're just taking him to one more place.
Why?
Just one more.
The dog still didn't trust me. I guess it could smell desperation, and I reeked of it.
Camus, we need to find out the address for an ex-CEO called Raguan. Can you find that somehow?
I could.
Well, are you going to?
Yes, I will do it. Searching. Searching. There was a news story in the Marrow Gazette Holovids 3 months ago about a CEO called Raguan.
What did it say?
Oh, okay, there goes the
Midtown's youngest
consistency.
CEO fired for bribing CorpSec without the proper clearance from board of directors.
That doesn't help us find him.
You get clearance
Sounds
for
like the
bribery.
papers got some info on the crooked CEO. Did the papes get some snaps, though?
You mean photos? Camus, was there a picture of Raguan in the Holovids?
Yes. He looked sad.
I'll bet. But was there anything in the background?
Searching. There is a building in the photo.
Cross-reference with the latest city planning database.
I have a match. It is the new apartments in Upper Midtown. I have an address.
Oh boy.
That sounds like where a CEO would stay. Let's assume the Holovids caught Raguan leaving his apartment. Camus, give us a nav point.
Okay, any collectibles? There's one place. Oh, but I couldn't enter there. Okay. Can I go back there? So where am I even going? Wants us to go to Little China. Alright, I guess we'll take care of Huxley. Oh, hi, Control.
Hey, kid, you busy?
No, not at all. Completely free.
Good. I don't have a job for you. I was just wondering if...
You know what, Control? Can I get back to you? I'm just picking up another coffee.
All right, kid. All right. I'll have a job soon, though.
No rush, Control. Chat soon.
I started to feel like I was holding the dame back. I didn't want to get her in trouble.
It's fine. Let's just see what we can find at Raguan's apartment.
Oh boy. not these apartments. Are you just gonna send me? Okay, so anyway. Okay, so I think I realized the problem with the map is that the map talks about like little areas, right? Albino Majoris. I don't think I've been there. Anyway. But it talks about like what little area is like closest, if that makes sense, like what sub area. It's not so much like what level you're on, so it's possible. And that's kind of confusing, if I'm honest. Like it's not the most elucidating.
Freeing you from restrictions.
Excuse me.
Breaking barriers. Onima is Nivalis. Onima Enterprises.
Oh hey, this brought us a lot closer.
This was the place for sure. I was on my way.
Wait, do you want me to?
I couldn't ask the dame to do any more. She was a class act. A dime store performer in a city of nickels. A diamond in a waste bucket.
Good luck, Huxley.
I said goodbye to my new friends. The dame flashed me a smile brighter than the sun. Even the dog wished me good luck.
No, I didn't.
Camus, wish him luck.
Good luck, I guess.
Be careful, Huxley. I hope you save Pashta.
The dame wished me luck. Luck? Luck was for gamblers and Girl Scouts. See you later, folks.
Oh, he actually managed to drop the bit for a second. Alright.
Will he be okay?
I don't know, Camus.
I have an additional question.
Go ahead.
What is a Girl Scout?
What is a dime? What is a nickel?
Should I search for them?
No, it's time to move on, Camus.
Agreed. And finally get back to searching for... Oh, here we go.
Hey, kid. You free now? Finished your coffee?
My sure thing control. You got another job for me?
Come by Cloudpunk HQ and grab a package. It's for Anderson Financial in Anderson Tower, labeled Mr. Anderson.
Is it
Oh,
on
boy.
Anderson Street in Andersontown?
Don't joke, kid. You don't know the half of it. Control out.
Alright, since we got the time... I wonder if I can... Oh, did that guy show up from the vents? Where was it? It was the Marrow. Actually, that Takeo was. Okay, I need to get back to the Marrow, actually, because I remember someone was looking for Takeo. Like, at the back of my brain, that's a story hook that was there once upon a time. So I want to get on that story hook. Okay. I think we got on the right platform. I just took kind of the long way. No, yeah, that guy is from the vents.
Hey, I know you. You're Cloudpunk.
No, I'm Rania. I work for Cloudpunk. Who are you?
You don't remember? I'm from Vince. We spoke. Maybe you don't recognize me. We can't take our mask off.
I remember. Why are you here?
Please, you need to help us. They are trapped. No one can get to them.
All right, calm down. What happened?
There was a storm. We sheltered in a cave, but it was no use. We had no choice but to follow the tunnels. Up and up, we climbed to escape. The frost chased us like demons. We were separated in the darkness. I think my brothers and sisters climbed an old vinculum into a different part of Nivalis.
You climbed all the way from the vents to the city?
We were trapped. The only way was to climb. We did not want to shelter in the city, but we had no choice. It was so dark inside the superstructure, it is impossible to get your bearings.
So what do you need from me?
Please, find them. Help them get home. They may be trapped, lost.
Okay, how?
I don't know. It'll be near coal ducts that flow into the city. Somewhere near a construction site, probably. That is all I can say.
Can't we go back the way you came?
No! It's frozen solid. The cold winds would strip the skin from your bones. There is no way back.
If it's really that bad, do you think maybe your friends...
In the vents, we do not lose hope till we find the bodies. We are a hardy people. We
Good
do
policy.
not give up easily.
I hear you. I'll try to find them.
It is all I can ask.
What about you?
I don't know anyone else in the city. There's nothing for me here. I'll go back to where the world makes sense.
Even with the storms?
There are kinds of storms here too. Different, but just as deadly.
Alright, so maybe we will be able to go back there and say hi to that one person who we weren't able to
Camus,
get
are
to
you
because we
there?
couldn't
Did you hear what the moisture farmer said?
Yes. Near cold air ducts. Did you find some?
No. Could you search the database for abandoned construction sites below Midtown?
Searching. There is a walled section west of Caledon with heavy construction. I'm adding a nav point.
On my way.
Yay.
Mr. Anderson. That is a strange name.
I think it's an old name.
Maybe the package will be for an old man.
We'll find out soon. Let's find this Anderson Tower.
There are so many more people like me here than back at the plateau.
Here in Nivalis? Does that make you feel less alone, Camus?
I don't know. A lot of the automata do not have good jobs.
That wasn't so different back home either. The agriculture automata didn't even get breaks. They just worked in the fields 24 hours a day.
Yes, but they would always tell me how lazy I was.
Maybe that was just a way for them to feel good about what they had to do.
They didn't have to work there. They could have worked at the mine.
Not much of a choice though, right? I wouldn't want to do either of those jobs, would you?
No, but the automata here in the city are different. I think they laugh at me.
When did they laugh at you?
All the time. When we refuel, when we park, when we have the windows cleaned, I have to interact with them, and I always say the wrong thing.
I feel the same, Camus. We don't fit in here. Not yet. The way we speak, our attitudes, it's obvious that we're from a small town. They can just tell by how I walk around. On the streets, they're all looking straight ahead, but I'm always looking up at the towers and the clouds.
They are very big.
They are, Camus. But I'm not thinking about the buildings when I look up. I'm thinking about the people in them looking down on me.
Well, that's what it feels like for me. The automata here look down on me, too.
It's okay, Camus. At least we're alone together.
You petty Deleaf. Says hi. Honestly, what was Petty Deleaf supposed to be Pity the Fool? Is that the joke, or were you just petting Tea Leaf? Also, hi. Welcome in. No, it wasn't supposed to be Pity the Fool? Alright. Fair enough, but like, you know, there's a free joke for you. Also, this wasn't Takeo. Is it? No, because Takeo was in the marrow. Artyom. She lick, she yawn, she lick. Oh lord, she thick. Oh lord, he coming. This is interesting. just a pit? Oh, not even a very deep one, I guess. It's not an endless pit, at least. The pit does indeed end. Okay. Punch card. Well, I guess we'll talk to Artyom now. What's one more side quest? What's one more side quest to add to the bunch? I do kind of like, though, that there's enough in this game to just, like, hook you and take you in a million different directions. That's always kind of nice to see. Wait, what are you asking, Daleef? I don't even remember if I asked a question there. Oh, right, what's one more side quest to add to the thing? Right. The side quest will cause the fall of Rome? Hell yeah, let's do it. And make her cry? Less hell yeah, but it's worth it for the fall of Rome. I don't think I've ever actually seen a cat cry. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Just that I've never seen it either, like, through digital recreation or, you know, in person. N magazine. Oh, right, Underground magazine. Bus stop. Bussy top? She hated Ben-Hur. I like the way you call me Ben-Hur. It's like, I forget what the song is, but it's this hip-hop song. It's like, I like the way you do it right there. Alright, let's talk to Artyom, I guess, since it's kind of the final thing we need in this area. Watch me become a taxi service again. Hey Artyom, how's the subway been? This is a Metro 2033 reference.
Excuse me, I can't help but notice you have an artificial hand. Maybe you can help me find someone.
Yeah? Who you looking for?
Someone who lost a hand. I found this in the trash.
Oh. Well, I think you got the wrong guy, yes? I got this beauty last week. Pure titanium. Don't want no flesh. I'm going the other way.
T-Leaf would like you to taxi her. Too
Clinic?
bad I'm not a taxi
How would
service.
I find someone who had lost a hand? They're not supposed to just throw these away, right?
Don't know. Don't care about flesh, to be honest, lady.
Damn it.
You really want to help? Maybe let me see. I know the body mod squad around this way. Maybe I can get it back.
I know there was a guy who's missing two hands.
Old flesh.
Here it is.
Well, damn, this is mine.
Seriously?
Yeah, it has my ring on it. They said they was gonna donate it to someone.
If you want a direct route to more Din Din, yeah, then definitely not. She needs more exercise, if anything.
That. Can you just take the ring off and give it to me?
I guess. Ew, here you go.
Thanks, lady. You can keep the hand.
Great.
Have some limbs, too, as a reward, like. I really love this ring.
I'm not gonna make any jokes there. Are you fat shaming my cat? 'Cause like you probably right. No, I'm saying that she probably generally. Oh, 'cause like you probably right. I thought you were saying it's like you, right? That it's like then suddenly you were like calling me fat or something. I was like, okay, let's slow down here. Sure. Let's park here. Not sure this is where I need to park, but there's stuff here, so. Like a punch card. She left me, now I'm all alone. Sad. I'm sorry for your loss. Have classes started up for you again? Because I know it's getting to that time of year. I see students running around the local university, and I'm just like, No? Okay.
There is a security door. I can hear people inside.
Can it be them? Maybe it is giant rats. What if it is giant rats?
It's retake exams? Alright.
I am worried about the rat possibility.
We are the rats.
Oh God, it's open! Someone found us! I don't believe it!
Me neither. You're from the vents?
Yes, the door would not open. We banged and banged on it. People just walked past.
They probably just thought it was expanding. Oh, or rats,
They
yeah.
treat us with such disdain.
No, literal
Nature's
rats.
healing trunks
It's
are
a real problem
trunks
in
are
the city.
returning to their schools, twins.
I see. Well, thank you for finding us. We owe you everything.
Will you go
Also,
back?
I did not miss the joke about people thinking they are rats.
But, may we go to a bar first? Is that the word? I haven't been in the city for a long time.
Yeah, they
You
enjoy their
both look
creature
like you could
comforts.
use a drink.
Take this for your help.
I don't need.
Please take it.
Thank you. Good luck getting home.
Cora, bless you, Cloudpunk.
Interesting how they just have a hick accent despite being from the same place as the rest of the city dwellers. Yeah, there's more collectibles here. Wow, calling them hicks, rude. Hicks, for the record, hicks in that sense is, in the sense I was using it, you're calling them like hiccups. I'm calling them hicks like H-I-C-K-S. So we're even calling them different things. And don't think I missed your little trunks comment either. Corpsec clerk. What's this guy do? I guess I can't talk to him. Anyway, I need to find that video game lady as well. I think she was in Old Town. I could check the achievements and see. Okay, yeah, it doesn't show the overlay, so I'm good to check this. Low high price guide. All 109 locations of Cloudpunk. Huh. Punch card. It was supposed to be Twinks. Yeah, I know. You did correct yourself, but I don't know, just the idea of a bunch of like Ent trunks going to school is kind of funny to me. I don't know why. Like, fiction needs more Ents. All the Twinks be like, we SLC baby. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Except, like, none of them say that. Can I get to the Marrow from here? Midtown, Little China. Marrow. Okay. We're heading back to the Marrow. Yeah, they had... Well, actually, I don't know if I should say that. I don't want to reveal too closely where I live. And that said, like, I'll mention this off stream to you as well, Greeny, but I'm I'm gonna clamp down a little bit on location stuff. More so just because, like, I don't want to be leaving a paper trail. Is this the Marrow? No, this is Old Town. But yeah, I think when it comes to, like, discoverability, and I mean, this goes back to when I was talking about, like, the data breach earlier, that it's like, you know, you only want certain people, like, in terms of, the best way to keep your information safe is just to not give it to anyone, which, granted, with a lot of what we've kind of made our world out to be, isn't super possible. But, like, with stuff like, and, you know, Greenie is my friend, you are, so, you know, I've told you certain things about, like, my life and where I live just because it's, like, easier to talk about those things. But in terms of, like, streaming and stuff, if I want discoverability, that does kind of run at odds. Also, yes, there was Takeo. You know, if I want to, like, feel okay about that, I need to be obscure about things like where I live and stuff. Like, I can be, like, regionally, you know, like, oh, like, I'm in the Mountain Time Zone, and that's a pretty broad area. Granted, I think the Mountain Time Zone is actually probably the least populated of any of the U.S. It's not super great, but, like, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, that might be necessary just to, like, convey where I'm at in terms of, like, stream times and stuff. Though I could argue with my sleep schedule that I'm on more, like, Pacific time, I guess.
Tico, you made it all the way to the ground.
Yes, all for nothing. Nari
Oh,
is
Tico's
not
looking
here.
for Nari.
I'm
Crap.
sorry. You know, maybe it's time to let her go.
U.S.
It is
Alaska is the least
difficult,
popular. I
but
guess that is its
place-
own time zone.
Nari would have liked it. When my visual sensors run in low resolution mode, it looks a little like the seaside town where we grew up.
You grew up? Tico, was Nari like you?
I don't know what you mean.
An android.
You think Hawaii
sorry.
has more
There are some
population than the
things I
entire
can't
Mountain
talk
Time Zone?
about.
That's an interesting take.
Nari was a woman like
Actually, I
you.
guess that was the take I made too.
Oh, you don't understand what you are.
She thought we were the same, so I did too. My father called me prototype. I didn't look any different to the people around me.
But you felt different.
Yes, unless I was with Nari. When we were together, it felt like we were different from everyone else, but the same as each other.
Tico, you know, if she was human, she's probably... Did you say you were together in a place called Tokyo? I don't know the name, but I think it's a very ancient
Oh, I
place.
see. I misinterpreted your
You
thing.
and Nari were together a long, long time ago.
I'm also trying to, like,
sure
pay
I will
attention to
find
this, so
her.
I'm suffering
Yes,
from a bit of
I am
streamer
sure.
debuff.
Do you think I am getting closer? Will I find her soon?
I don't know.
Yes, I think you'll both be together soon.
Then U.S.
That's
Mountain,
wonderful
Arizona.
news.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see her again.
Yeah, Arizona is always the interesting case. Yeah, so at least we got to see Takeo kind of like realize he's an android. Oh, U.S. Mountain, Arizona as like its own thing than U.S. Mountain proper. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Really, then Pacific, then Central? I don't know. I feel like between LA, San Francisco, and Seattle, that makes up a lot. Although I guess the Central time zone's pretty big because that includes a lot of Texas. But like, keep in mind, Central time zone ends at like Illinois. Yeah, it does have Chicago and all of Texas, but I'm not sure Texas has a bigger population than California, except one city. What, El Paso? I don't even know where El Paso is. I shouldn't really say that. I guess Central has Louisiana as well. Mississippi. Like, I'll grant you, like, Eastern is for sure the most populated. I'm willing to take that bet. But I don't think that Pacific time zone is more populated than Central. At least not, like, intuitively. Like, I'll believe it if I see the facts. I'm not gonna, like, hard deny it. Right, but keep in mind, like, California, I'm pretty sure, has a higher population than Texas. And Washington has Seattle, which itself is well, I guess maybe it's not populated, but it is economically successful. So maybe I'm conflating the two. Granted, the two do correlate. Also, nice spelling of Oregon. Cali, Oregon. Although I guess most people do say just kind of Oregon. I'm from Oregon. From Oregon. Though that really sounds more like a Midwest accent. Oh, I am way off. The things I go to pick up junk. I saw this Instagram reel that was like, the Vampire Diaries, I have like major or the person was saying that they have major problems with the Vampire Diaries, and it's like, you need like 9 to 18 pints of blood per week to be healthy as a vampire in the world of the Vampire Diaries, and it's like you could find that amount on Grindr in 10 minutes. Like you do not need to go murdering people. Just, you know, make sure to like have some a modicum of self-control, and just only drain like a pint from a person at a time, and then just keep them coming back. And essentially, and like that actually did make me think, like, is there a book in which like a vampire just has a polycule, and like part of the reason is like for sustenance, but also that they just happen to be polyamorous and like the arrangement worked for them? Like make it a kink thing? I mean, possibly, but you know, like I'm saying, like could also just be like they're part of a polycule, and then they subsist off their polycule, right? It wouldn't be different from like, or it would be a lot better than the Tumblr polycule from hell. I learned about that, even though I think the conclusion was that it was staged, or like not even staged, but you know, a farce. But yeah, basically. Like you ever felt lightheaded before? There are various effects that come along with blood loss that are potentially that some people potentially want to experience. Ooh, 368, whatever. I don't know why I'm filling up here. I don't need this. Ow. Okay, anyway, we're going to Anderson Financial. Oh, but I'm actually close to the next punch card benchmark. Or milestone? Milestone. Milestone's the term. But I feel like there has been some vampires in fiction for which that is a thing. Right? Like, I'm not just, like, manifesting this for myself. Like, the fiction existing, I mean. Like, this does exist, right? Like, the fiction itself does exist where, like, vampires just, like, have self-control and manage to, like, coexist, essentially, with humans. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. The music's picking up. Oh boy. Just gonna waste this fuel on a Manhattan distance DV, or without like actually changing the Manhattan distance. Or rather, because I am restricted to like a Manhattan distance route, I had to waste fuel, or not had to, but I ended up wasting fuel. I had like the Just Egg stuff, like the vegan egg substitute. Man, it was weird. When I cooked it up, I just decided to like cook it up with some scrambled eggs and toast, or as scrambled eggs, and then you know make some toast with it. When it was cooking, it kind of smelled like death. And then I looked it up, and it's like, oh yeah, it has mung bean protein. And I was like, oh okay, that makes sense why it smells like death. are you sending me? Ooh. Malport. This is kind of out here. It's interesting the little corners and such that pop up in this game. Discovered Malport. Let's park. Punch card. Only one more. And then we get the next part of Evelyn's story. The person who was totally not, or was totally roommates with her doctor. Buzzer. Alright, gonna hit that in a sec.
Hello? Who's there?
I'm delivery driver 14FC from Cloudpunk.
No. Nope, we can't let anyone in. You will have to go away.
No, I need to deliver this package to Mr. Anderson. Is he there?
I am Mr. Anderson.
Okay.
Great, come get your package.
I may not be the correct Mr. Anderson.
Oh
well,
boy.
how many of you are in there?
100.
Anderson Financial has 2,000 employees.
And how many are called Mr. Anderson?
All of them.
1,000.
Oh.
What? Wait, are the other 1,000 called...
Miss Anderson.
Of course they are. What a mess. Look, can I come in, or...
Yes. Opening entry for driver 14FC from Cloudpunk only.
So what's the deal here? You're all family?
No, we all work for Anderson Financial. We just happen to have the same name.
Yeah, what a weird coincidence.
Yep.
Is there anyone else I can talk to here? Anyone who's not an android?
No.
Well, I'm going to give you this package then. Your name matches the tag. That's close enough for me.
But what if I'm not the correct recipient?
Don't you want to know what's in the package?
Perhaps we can open it and see if it has any further instructions.
Good idea. So, let's see. I just ripped this flap and... it's a comm, but a really, really old one. I think this one won't even connect to the nets. There's a video
someone's
on
doing
it, though.
suspicious stuff.
Maybe the video will tell us which Mr. Anderson to give it to.
Worth a shot.
Hello, my name is Mr. Anderson.
Oh, come on.
More specifically, I am the Mr. Anderson who left Anderson Tower last month. I fell out of a 103rd floor window. Upon reaching the ground, I made a fascinating discovery. There exists life outside the tower.
Wait, you didn't know that? Didn't you realize there was life outside the tower when someone buzzed you? Or when you looked out a window?
You know, it never really occurred to me. But yes, that does seem strange.
Nah.
Please, play the
Literal
rest of the
corporate
message.
slaves.
My brothers and sisters, we have been abandoned by Mr. A. He has left us, and it is time for us to expand our consciousness and go out into the world. This was the only way to contact
Real
you all,
projection
as network
shadow on a
access is
cave wall
restricted
stuff.
inside the tower. Your workplace is a prison, and I send you this message for one reason: to set you free.
I think that's the end of the recording. So, are you going to leave the tower?
What? No, we are not permitted to take any time off work.
Seriously? When was your last break?
14 years ago.
We are not permitted to take breaks.
Not permitted by who? By Mr. A? Is he your boss?
Mr. A is the CEO and director of Anderson Financial.
Of course he is. Well, where is he?
I'm not sure. You could try asking Mr. Anderson in personnel. I am just Mr. Anderson in security.
And where is this other personnel, Mr. Anderson?
Over there, in the main atrium. Wait, before you go, I would like to register a complaint.
Okay, what's the complaint?
To Cloudpunk? You'd have to talk to my boss.
No, I want to complain to Anderson Financial.
I don't work for them.
I am not permitted to complain to another employee. You're the first person I've been able to complain to in several hundred years.
That's not
Oh,
really
nice.
my problem.
The first of my complaints is about working hours. Our lack of breaks means that we are...
I'm going now.
So that's interesting as kind of a foil to the hope I was talking about that Rania had earlier. Like, it feels like she would want them to have freedom, but she just kind of, like, brushes this off.
Subretinal VR that directly interacts with your nervous system.
So I wonder if it's because, like,
Resort VR can take you
they're
there.
corporate.
Unibozu Resort, better than real.
But I mean, then you get into the whole, like, quote-unquote bourgeois labor discussion. Which really the conclusion to that is, like, all labor is labor. Yeah, those were some weird takes when people were talking about, like, oh, Starbucks workers shouldn't form a union because they're bourgeois labor. Like, dude, like, they're still working people.
Are you Mr. Anderson? More specifically, Mr. Anderson in personnel?
I am, but I can't really talk to you. We're not allowed to take breaks, you see.
Well, I need to see Mr. A. Is he available?
Let me check his schedule. I am sorry. He is busy.
When is he free?
6 years.
He currently has no free appointment slots.
When was his last meeting?
It seems my records don't go back that far.
Mr. Anderson, don't take this the wrong way, but might Mr. A be very, very dead for a very long time?
That would be
Very
against
possibly.
company policy.
Oh, what?
Look, I don't think Mr. A is around anymore. Wouldn't you all be better leaving this tower and, I don't know, finding some meaning in your lives?
You sound a lot like Mrs. Anderson in accounts. She keeps saying how we should close up our accounts.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, wait. Can you do something for me?
Maybe.
Please register a complaint for me with Miss Anderson. I am not permitted to do so myself.
Is it Miss or
I'm
Mrs.?
not going
Be
to do that.
consistent,
I'm
buddy.
just a delivery driver.
I have not had a pay increase in 170 years. This is unacceptable. Additionally, I would like to talk about expenses. I need
probably been a
upgrades
lot
for
of
my
inflation
visual
in that time.
processing units and my...
Ooh, this is a nice little pavilion.
Ms. Anderson from accounts?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to...
Take breaks,
I know, you can't take a break. Look, all the Mr. Andersons don't seem to understand that their boss is dead and they need to get out of here.
Oh dear.
Yes, exactly. By the way, what's with these strictly enforced gender roles amongst all the androids here? 50% Mr. Anderson and 50% Ms. Anderson? Since the Android Equality Act, you're allowed to present any gender you want, or reject gender altogether.
I don't really understand anything you just said. I think Mr. A
Oh,
likes
they
us
don't
this
even
way.
know about,
I don't think Mr. A should have much of a say on your lives anymore. That other Mr. Anderson says you want to close accounts.
Many of our stocks and shares should be closed and liquidated, but it requires Mr. A to sign off. They have matured.
So the company is worth a lot of money now. How much?
I'm not authorized to disclose overall solvency, but if all assets were liquidated, the windfall would make the shareholders the richest.
The richest in Novalis?
The richest humans.
Period.
So you think Mr. A should sell up?
Our prediction simulations are showing a 90% likelihood for a catastrophic market crash in the next 3 to 6 months, perhaps sooner.
Really? What's the cause?
Our simulation blames failings in the underlying infrastructure of the city, causing a huge decrease in investor confidence.
Also, I think my chat might be broken.
I've been hearing about a lot of accidents in the
say
city.
something, Greenie?
Will there be some kind of disaster?
The financial simulations modeled the city and all associated variables, but the only output
Oh,
we receive
okay, it's
is
not
the
broken.
financial implications and the names of those who instantiate the crises.
So, who causes this impending disaster?
We have only one name, Cora.
Cora again? I guess I should be glad you didn't say Mr. Anderson.
If you do see Mr. A, would you be able to send him a message for me?
Is it a complaint?
Yes. I want you to tell Mr. A that I'd like to request a transfer. I want to move to the canteen. It's not fair that I have to...
Quit.
Excuse me?
Just quit.
Don't complain to me, just quit. There's a whole world outside this tower to explore. Just ask Mr. Anderson. The Mr. Anderson that left the tower and sent you the message, that is.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. What message?
This one here. I already showed it to... Wait. There's another message that just appeared. It says it's for Mr. A only.
Oh, then I am not authorized to view this message. I should get back to work.
I need to find Mr. A.
Well, I've had
or at
enough
least his
of this.
body.
I'm watching the message.
If you're watching this, you're not one of the employees of Anderson Tower. They are forbidden to access Mr. A's message, but I have come to realize Mr. A died many years ago. You may find the Andersons do not respond well to your message. If they are not swayed by arguments to leave the tower, I believe the best course of action may be to reset them all. Near the entrance area, there is a maintenance panel which hides the master reset switch for the Andersons. Hitting this switch will reinstall the memories and personalities of all the androids within the tower. If they are not willing to leave on their own free will, then the Andersons' suffering would be minimized by resetting them. They would feel like today was their first new day at the office, and all complaints, grievances, and weariness would disappear with the flick of a switch. Of course, you may decide that the Andersons are moving towards some form of independence. If that is the case, you might choose to leave them in their current state. Perhaps with enough time, they will find their own path.
I'm gonna leave them. I don't think resetting them is worth it. Because they will inevitably end up in the same thing, as well as just, like, stuff getting worse because of the impending financial crash.
Podcast, Cloudcast, Dreamcast. Thompson Media produces the audio content you want to hear.
I'm leaving the suckers. They're all finance bros anyway.
I think it's time for the Andersons to step outside their tower and breathe the Novalis air.
You were gone for a long time. I couldn't talk to you.
Communication from the outside world is forbidden in the tower.
What did you do?
I don't even know, Camus. This is a strange job.
Will you be okay?
I'm fine. I'm not so sure about the Andersons, though.
Who are the Andersons?
It's a long story, Camus. I'll tell you some other time.
We have a message. Text only.
Control?
Rubric.
Oh.
Lomo's hacker. Is there any way to delete it? Pretend we didn't get it?
We could delete it. And pretend we didn't get it.
I mean, could we make it look like we didn't get it?
Ah, I understand. No.
Damn it. What does it say?
Come, collect a package for me, little rabbit. Bring your dog, too. This is me whistling. Either you meet me at the roadhouse, or CorpSec meets you at your apartment, and they'll bring your debt record from back east with them. Be a clever rabbit, and come quick.
Why do we never get good messages?
Because we don't know any good people. Come on, Camus, we'd better go. Give me a nav point for the Roadhouse Club.
We're in Avalon Heights, so I think there's some collectibles here. Oh, there's an NPC to talk to. I need to go there. Hobbs Thoroughfare. We're actually really close to there. We could explore that entire area, or at least explore some of it. Enough to get one punch card. Ow. Okay, and let's get to exploring. Standard dealer, waiter. I miss Joe Ham. Joe Ham's my favorite food vendor. Guess maybe that leads to the upper level? let's get all the slim pickings down here first. Ooh, this is a nice view. Alright. Still need to find that video game girl. I do think she was still in Old Town though. So I gotta make my way to Old Town when I remember to. Which is, you know, maybe asking a lot given kind of the mapping system in this game. But I don't know, maybe that's intentional to have it be a sort of disorienting experience. Would be thematic at least. Or at least, like, inspire spontaneity. That's the other thing I can think of it is they want people to kind of like, oh, punch card. Hell yeah. Is they want people to kind of like follow their own volition. On, for example, like doing stuff like this. And just kind of like making their own side quests. But like, or just like sticking to the main story. Excuse me for the yawn. Ain't a punch card. It is a flyer though. There was a corpsec officer around here that I could talk to. Let's see. Need to head up here and then across to get over there. Aha, able to take the diagonal this time. Glass steel parts. And we're gonna go around to get that other collectible back there. Metro Hub Miner 2. Huh. There's a Metro Hub Miner 1? Is it Miner or just Miner 1? I need to know now. Oh, excuse me. Check Discord. Are you sending me cat pics? You're sending me cat pics. Yeah. Oh, the spreadsheet. Okay. Point taken. Okay, but I was right in that it does make the areas fuzzy, but none of the totals are even close. No, I think this is all correct. Yeah, because Nebraska's in central, Iowa's in central, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas. Yeah, nothing is off about this. Eastern, I'm not surprised at, right? But I think for me, I was giving Washington too much credit. Yeah, I did not expect... Let's see, what's kind of the big surprise here? I don't know, there's not big surprises. I think just I was not expecting Central to be so dense. Like, Missouri makes sense. Louisiana makes sense. I actually would have expected Iowa to be smaller. Wisconsin makes sense. Minnesota makes sense. The Dakotas make sense. Don't even have a population of 1 million.
Are you experiencing heartache, depression, apathy?
No, Kentucky's for sure on Eastern time zone though, and you got that correct. Yeah, Central has a lot of nice mid states that you don't really think of much. Yeah, exactly. Like when people think Central, I think they think of like Minnesota's kind of up and coming. I think it actually got a lot of Yeah, it's a lot of like mid-sized chunks that like really build up. I think part of it as well is that I was giving maybe too much credit. Like, I am still proud of the fact that I was correct in my assumption or intuition that California had a higher population than Texas. I was just expecting that difference to be larger. Like, I was expecting California to be like 45 million, not 38 million. Granted, that would not have bridged the gap between the Pacific and Central time zones, but it would have. But like, I did not expect it to be as close as Texas. But Texas has still a lot of like large cities and a lot of like rural population. At least one big city that is on the other side. But it's the largest split. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is it really does actually kind of turn out that it really just does have like not a lot in the Pacific time zone. Yeah, I mean, even if you moved over Arizona, it still wouldn't even come close to the central population. I think it's just kind of underestimating the rural population of the United States. Because the central time zone is just big. Gained a mil in the last 3. Cali lost half a mil. Yeah, that makes sense. I know people just due to. Oh, I see what you mean about Kentucky. Okay. Wait, really? Huh. I guess I thought Kentucky was farther east than I had thought. And Tennessee, for that matter, too. But honestly, them being in central versus mountain, I don't think really changes. Yeah, it doesn't move the needle much. Because, I mean, the main contributors... Or let's see. The minimum you would need, kind of the minimum number of states you would need to surpass the Pacific time zone population would be Texas, Illinois, Tennessee. Oh, I guess Tennessee is in there. But even if you cut the population of Tennessee in half, you're still really close to the Pacific population. And, like, Wisconsin and Minnesota get you over. Right, and I think those are the next 2 largest by population after Tennessee is Wisconsin and Minnesota. Like, Kentucky is not... Oh, Kentucky's 4 million people, actually. Yeah, I know. People are moving out of Cali, minimum cost of living. Yeah, mostly moving to Texas. Yeah, no, I don't disagree, which is actually surprising given the, like, lack of investment on infrastructure. Also, sorry for not responding to the last few rapid comments. I've been looking at the chart you sent. Paired with growth in cities and the high cost of living in Cali makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, like I think Austin, like the big cities in Texas are definitely growing. Like Austin has definitely seen some growth over the past few years, to the point actually where like there's sort of an interesting, I'm gonna call it a hipster politic, where like, Sundance is no longer, like, the indie scene. The Sundance Film Festival has very much, like, gone the way of, like, big films, and, like, very, like, moneyed interest, to the point where, like, South by Southwest is now the thing you look out for, like, those, like, kooky, weird, like, not gonna find in Hollywood films. And South by Southwest takes place in Austin. And so it's just, like, been interesting to see that happen. Let's see. And, like, I think, like, South by Southwest is actually kind of the same way of going to kind of where Sundance is at now, where it's perceived as this more, like, bougie thing. Like, much more about the prestige than the actual art. It is maybe the shortest way to put it. I have all the collectibles in this level. It's a state that is actually very purple. Yeah, no, I did know that. Like, something like 40% of the population in 2016 or 2012 voted Democrat. Or Democrat for, like, president. Obama, because it was 2012. But yeah, no, like, that does not surprise me. California is honestly kind of equally purple as Texas. Like, it also had a large swath of people voting Republican. It's just that, like, the liberal centers are very dense, and so I think that's what leads to the perception of it being like a blue state. Also, you know, kind of the whole winner-take-all system of the Electoral College just sucks. And, like, kind of only serves to reinforce these images that we have. Cali isn't as close to Texas, though. I mean, maybe. But my point isn't so much about closeness, about... Like, I'm willing to let go of any point I would make about closeness to just, like, point out the fact that these are not, like, strict boundaries. 35, 65... Okay, that's close enough to 40. 45, 55... Okay, so, like, I'm rounding them both to 40. And, like, you're saying that they're... Okay, like, I get your point. But this is another one of those things where it's like you're doing pedantry that doesn't really move the conversation forward. Let's see. Need to go across. Right, like, the point being isn't so much, like, how close Texas and California are. The point that I'm more trying to make is that, like, they aren't strictly in the buckets that people put them in. A comment that makes sense? Yeah, no, that is fair. Yeah, that is true. I may be not giving you enough credit there in terms of, like, my comment about closeness isn't coming in terms of, like, when you're actually, like, processing or, like, typing a comment. Yeah, only part of the comment. I mean, yeah. Like, online communication generally. Coffee cake is super cute. Now we're talking about the real stuff. Yeah. Yeah, see, these are the real salient points to make. Both. Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying your cats were much more purple than people think. And I was like, what? Like I get that this is falls under the inanity of statements of cat owners. But just calling your cats purple is a bit weird, I admit. Didn't I just pick up a corpse sec flyer? Yeah, I did. Okay. Find Le Grill. Okay. See what you got.
Welcome to Ashima Ramen and Seafood. My name is
Ramen.
Eddie. What can I do for you?
Oh boy. Ooh,
My
spicy.
favorite. Thanks.
Let's get some sushi.
Have a nice day.
Oof, calling it ramen. They really need better pronunciation direction on this project, or needed, I guess, since, you know, the production's kind of done. I don't even know where I should go. I guess I'll go back to this tunnel. So here's the real question. Are Tea Leaf and Coffee Cake both derpy and cute, or is one just derpy and the other cute? Like, and I'm not even saying that it's strictly mispronunciations are for a reason. I don't think the mispronunciations are consistent enough to have that be, like, a point of the text. And I say the text in a figurative sense. I'm, like, viewing this as a literary work. Like, having mispronunciations... It's more so the fact that the mispronunciations are inconsistent, largely around, people's names, actually, like within conversations, right? People will introduce themselves as, like, I forget one example, but, like, I could go back and find one. Like, I get your point about, like, cultural erasure, and that is a point that actually the game itself has made. View Coffee Cake as a literary work, then she'd win the yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me think of a good pun. Oh wait, can I? talk to my neighbor first. I'm gonna meet the gangster later. I want to learn more about my lesbian neighbor. Pulitzer Prize. Dang, that's good. Yeah. Oh, that's for repotting. It's for repotting on the departed. No, but that's for journalism. That was not a great pun. Look, yeah, I'll give it to you on the Pulitzer. I don't think I can top that. Do you listen to her podcasts? No, I don't. I'm not sure those can win Pulitzers. Or, sorry, dropping the bit for a sec. I don't think podcasts would win Pulitzers. I think they would like win Streamies. Gaz, good time. Aw, yeah.
What you looking for? Whatever it is, I got it.
Gaz, good time sounds like he should not sound like that.
Thanks.
Hey, come back anytime, lady.
I have more of the cards. Maybe enough?
Not quite.
Everything is becoming clearer.
Is that good?
I feel incredible pain.
I'm sorry, Evelyn. What do you remember?
Trouble.
Dr. Zizich and I had an argument.
Oh.
She said I should forget what happened, put it behind me, and move on. I wanted to die.
Do you remember what it was that made you feel like you couldn't go on?
Kind of look like Laz. Kind of does.
I met someone I cared very deeply for.
Did something happen to them?
Yes, they fell in love.
With who?
Oh.
With me.
So what was the problem?
I cared for them deeply, but I could not love them.
You shouldn't feel guilty about that.
You do not understand. I could not love them, no matter how much I wanted to. I am not built to feel it.
I see. But if you cared for them, then that's...
It is not the same as loving them. What I felt was it was like being able to taste, but not swallow. Being able to see the sun, but not feel its warmth on my face. I was walking towards a deep, blue, infinite sea, but the tide was rolling out, and no matter how fast I ran, there was always sand beneath my feet. All I wanted to do was swim, but for me, there was only an endless shore.
I still don't get it.
Some androids can't love, and yet still they feel whole. Some can, and they can feel everything. For me, it is much worse. I can feel the hole inside me where love should be, and I can feel that it is not there.
Do you remember anything else about the periphery? About Dr. Zizich?
I remember little. I struggle to picture their face, but I remember that I was the one that posted the punch card under your door. The first one.
Why?
It wasn't the first one I found.
I asked Dr. Zizich to change my core programming, to forbid me from searching for the lost memories. I knew you traveled through the city. You might find them. You might help me recover my memories.
So you lied to me.
Do you understand why?
Do you?
No, but I want
to. More punch cards. This is gonna take a while. I feel like Gaz Goodtime should have been a dealer. Like, it's a little disappointing that he's not. Oh, okay. Just run into the side and then slip up the ascender. Oh. Okay, that waypoint changed directions on me. That's not fair. At least it felt like it did. Let's see what you have to say, buddy. Samon Yasuhiro.
Let me past.
Oh, Simone. No,
I ain't
not
going
Simone.
nowhere.
Your boss wants to talk to me. I'm not supposed to be late. You're
Be right
making
back.
me late.
Yeah, come and go as you please.
You should have got here earlier.
If I'm late, I'm telling him why.
I'm just jopping with your lady.
Japping?
Fooling with ya. Rubric don't want to see you. Just wants you to have this. He left this package for you.
This is a
Where is it supposed to go?
fake ass
You
Caribbean
don't know?
accent.
No.
Well, I guess he's gonna tell you. Better hurry, Rabbit. Gonna be late.
Yeah, that was a. I don't know what that accent was supposed to be. I feel like it was supposed to be Caribbean.
Follow the nav point, please.
I didn't say I wanted to accept a call, Camus.
I couldn't stop him. He's taken over the comm.
You want to know what it is, don't you? You've been turning it over in your mind.
I really don't, buddy.
What did Lomo have me deliver down there in the hollows? You can't stop thinking about it.
To be
I
honest,
completely
I've
forgot
had
about it.
bigger things to worry about.
I don't like how cocky
Oh,
this guy
don't let me
is.
deflate your ego, though. You were saying?
You've got a lot to learn about living in Navalis. It takes a lifetime to understand this city.
A lifetime? Well, then the earlier I start, the longer it will take.
You know what
Hey,
3.0
that's a.
does to people? What it could do to you?
It's a virus, right?
That's a good comeback to that.
I heard there was an outbreak.
It's much more than a virus. Pallid 1.0 affected computers, but Pallid 2.0 affects neural augments. It makes autonomic bodily functions become conscious choices. It
Like
does
breathing.
not stop the individual's heart beating, their lungs breathing, but it stops that from happening without command. When an individual is afflicted with Pallid 2.0, they must make their heart beat. They must be conscious of every breath. They cannot sleep, cannot lose.
Not being able to sleep would suck. You could use a CPAP for the breathing, though. The heart beating would be kind of difficult.
Just for a second, or they will die.
You made this virus?
No, it is an ugly thing. An ugly way to die. Slow and cruel. But I created the economy around it.
Okay, so what's
The
Pallid
subscription
3.0?
plans, the digital inoculation, the cure, insurance policies to protect the families of those it afflicts.
Sounds like a protection racket.
Yep.
Which economies are any different?
You're full of shit. What is this package?
Pallid 2.0, the last pure source code, stored on Quanta Drive. It can't be decrypted by anything in Navalis below the spires.
And you want me to do what? Spread it?
Quarantine it. There's a simple, unmarked delivery chute in the stacks. It will take the sample to a secure bunker where rare and unique viruses are stored in case they are needed again.
I could just destroy this.
Needed for what? To make new viruses?
To fight them, but also to manage the economy. If my associates were to infect a few thousand people with a low-level neural affliction, every individual would pay for a security upgrade. That upgrade would become a panacea. Everyone would install it, and the next far more dangerous virus would hit them as a harmless ripple instead of a devastating tidal wave, leaving them untouched. Their lives would be saved.
I'm uncomfortable with the
this city has its
implications
share
of
of
this. Like, this allegory seems to, like, parallel a weird
But I
conspiracy
think
theory about, like,
you're the
creation of
worst.
diseases.
And don't forget it. I've given you the final nav point. Do your job, little rabbit.
He is gone. We are alone again.
Camus, is there a waste disposal near? One that leads all the way to the sea.
Yes, I have a nav point. Can we really do that?
I don't believe this is a cure at all. This is Rubrick's retirement plan, and he'll use it again.
What if sending it to disposal means someone else gets it? Or maybe it will spread. The package says it is dangerous.
It's worth it.
I actually kind of disagree
Besides,
with
I don't think
Rania,
Rubrick wants anyone else to know he gave
but
us
on the
this.
subtleties.
If he goes after us, we can rat him out to Lomo. I don't believe for 1 second that Lomo would be forgiving.
Okay, so I disagree with some things about, or I disagree with some of what Rania said. I think that she is giving far too little credit to people like accidentally finding this. I think that is actually a very dangerous and very real possibility. I think the difference is, she's like, no, like it's absolutely okay. I still agree that we should throw it away, which is why I'm going here. Also, there's collectibles, so I'm gonna be stopping on the way. But, like, it's, so for one, like, this allegory, or if this is supposed to be, like, an allegory for vaccines, then, like, it's implying that diseases are just created by vaccine manufacturers, which is a terrible conspiracy theory and has no truth or evidence to it at all. But something that was, like, echoed, in... Oh, that's another building collapse. Took me a second to notice that was happening. Ooh. That said, if there were a wild outbreak, like, vaccines work by, and the reason, like, they're not creating diseases is that they can just, like, they can, I mean, maybe it's not the easiest, but they can get samples of the disease from, like, from patients. Like, they don't need to recreate the disease from scratch. Now, granted, this is kind of assuming that the virus allegory is actually, like, map onto, real viruses and infections.
You child! You have sin in your eyes, in your thoughts, under your nails.
Okay, buddy.
Excoriate yourself before my mother. Your mother. The All-Mother!
Me?
Cora is the All-Mother, I
Stop
take
pointing
it?
at me.
You feel the spotlight of guilt. It strips away your facade. Bow down to Cora and ask her to free us and birth anew. We are all doomed!
How long do I have to listen
Don't
to
you
this
have
guy's
anything
yapping?
better to do than shout at people in the street?
Not at the moment. I'm waiting for my robes to be dry cleaned. Repent! Repent and suffer before the gaze of the All-Mother!
Camus, do you hear this guy? This is exactly what Mom warned me about in Navalis. Crazy people shouting on the streets.
I hear him. What is he talking about now?
I saw the fourth face as I stripped away the mask. The eyes of Cora looked down, and a mouth made of garbage spat upon my soul.
Gross.
He shouted at you. He shouts at a lot of people.
Not Corpsec, I noticed. Or the gangers over there, or guys in general.
My knowledge base says many religious factions do not respect minorities or women.
Yeah.
Your knowledge base is not wrong, Camus.
Yeah. Yeah, let's explore a bit more. Oh, that's all downstairs. Interesting. I haven't visited all I need to on this level yet, so I'm going to do that before I go down a level, just to make sure that I'm keeping track of everything.
Faster, smarter,
Also, again, with the environment, now it's people like living in shipping containers. Just like good attention to detail and how they convey that these are shipping containers, but that people live in them. Well, with their like proximity to traditional homes, as well as like the windows that are carved in them. Retrieve.
Hey, you deliver stuff, right?
Sure, when I'm paid to.
I pay you.
That's not how it works. You have to contact my employer.
Seems complicated. How about I just pay you?
Look, I can't just...
How about I pay you up front?
Listening. But I won't take anything illegal or dangerous. What's the package?
My turbo, my vestments, my tights, my rosaries, and my Apocrypha Sanguine, first edition.
I have no idea what any of those are. Are they something to do with your religion?
Yeah.
You mean my cult? You can tell by my robes.
Yeah. I mean, no. Well?
Just take them. Deliver them to the compound. You know the place. Everyone knows the place. Here's the fee. If you make the delivery without incident, come back and I'll double it.
On my way.
I like that guy. He's an interesting character. He just straight up admits he's in a cult, too. But Apocrypha... It took me a while to learn that Apocrypha was like the opposite of canon. Or like apocryphal. Comrade Bop. Alright.
All systems of power must justify themselves. Store the establishment back on the shelves.
Excuse me?
Hustle past like you don't hear me. Step over the homeless like you can't even see me.
Are you talking, singing at me?
Another cog in the machine. Say you're a worker, but your hands all clean.
Hey, I need to work for a living.
They exploit you every day and you're thanking for it. One hand pats you on the back, the other's in your pocket.
Maybe people would take your social protest more seriously if you weren't singing all the time.
They reprogram me, mess with my head. Now if I don't sing what I think, I end up dead.
Seriously? They make you sing?
Go upset, can't handle the truth, so they make me rhyme. Anarchism in the prose has had its time.
That kind of impacts on your credibility.
And that's the plan. But even if I have to sing every word, I keep fighting the man.
Man, I hard disagree with Rania here.
Maybe if you didn't insult me, I'd try to help you.
Man, fuck you, Rania.
Just want you to look around and see the people lying on the ground.
I see them. I know it's tough here.
Maybe you ain't so bad. Maybe Conrad Bop is still just mad. For real. Now you can help if you want to. There's a guy who needs your guidance up on 3rd Avenue.
Guidance?
He knew. He don't know the streets. Tell him come see me in an hour and I'll get him something to eat.
Why do you need me to talk to him?
He don't like me. Don't like my singing. He says my flow. Has his ears ringing.
I see his point.
I know I can't sing, can't make good music. But we can all make a better world if we make the choice to choose it.
I like Comrade Bob. I don't get... like, Rania's too hard on the... Fine Rock one. Oh, so this is where Rogue One ended up. Interesting. Anyway, having tea without having any breakfast kind of makes my stomach hurt, to be real. Punch card. Wait, that was the quarantine shoot.
I can't believe
Shit.
we're helping that asshole.
We are become death, destroyer of worlds.
A quote, Camus? Where did that come from?
I'm gonna blame that on my
Reading
color
quotes
blindness.
and sayings and expressions.
That's good, but I don't think that one fits our situation.
It is for rubric.
Let's get out of here, Camus.
Alright, well, that's for the second playthrough. I did not mean to... Ooh. This is harsh.
The dame answered the call. I knew she wouldn't let me down.
Huxley, you can't keep asking for help. I have to do my job. You're on your own.
I hope the dame knew I wouldn't be calling if I had any other choice.
Damn it, Camus, what should I do? I should leave him, right?
I am not so sure.
But you hate him.
He is one of us now. A friend.
Really? All right. Huxley, where are you?
I sent the dame a nav point.
I'm on my way.
Where is... Okay, he's on a different level. I gotta... The elevators here are confusing. There's like a midpoint level that I missed. I need to get to. But no, anyway, so the point about the music, like, Ranya's like, oh, it undermines your credibility. Like, no, like, protest music has been a part of various cultures for, like, ages, and is, like, I don't want to say just as valid, but, like, just as valid as other forms of protest. Like, it's not, I don't think anybody thinks that, like, protest music is less credible. If anything, it's more credible just because it, like, reaches more people. Like, granted, I don't think it can reach, like, the level of nuance that prose can, but poetry has its place in terms of, like, expressing ideas and, political, and, like, within political discourse, actually. Yeah, just directly. Like, that is a dumbass take from Ranya. Like, I don't think that's good at all.
Here's what I can offer you today.
Thanks.
I look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah. Yeah, it just feels like a dumbass take. I don't really have anything more to say than that. It's like, oh, like, it's not credible, it's annoying. Like, it was decent. Like, it was ham-fisted. I'll grant you that. Oh, that one's up from me. Okay. So I found Ragwan, who's connected with Huxley. That's an interesting connection I did not expect to find right here. But I can't believe I did that on accident. I meant to throw the virus away, but I went to the quarantine shoot instead. I'll blame that on my colorblindness, even if maybe, that certainly is my fault. I could have, like, double-checked. I think part of it is that I still don't feel like that actions have consequences in this game, so I'm just, like, not super inclined to pay attention to them. The elevator's still up? Where's the... Whatever, there's another thing over here. Just go to this and, try to make my way over there piece by piece. Punch card. But this section is a puzzle unto itself. Discover the Hiss Club. All right. And, like, it's interesting as well that Ranya was, like, just willing to, like, write off what the guy was saying just because of, like, the form it was delivered in. Like, you could make that exact same argument for prose, for stuff like discoursed in prose, right? And so, again, it's just kind of the lack of, like, self-reflection. wonder if Rania will make a connection here. That Ragwan is.
I recognize you. You got in trouble for fraud.
You saw me on the holovids?
You
Something
also
like that.
made
I was
Pashta
sent to help
disappear.
Ha! By that singing socialist toaster? No thanks.
I think he's an anarchist.
He's scum. They all are here. I can't wait to get home.
You're not going home, bud.
Home to your apartment? Did you get another job?
People like me don't get fired. I go back Monday. This is my punishment.
For grand scale fraud? A weekend on the street?
It might be easy for someone like you to endure this place, but I have family in the Spire. I'm not like these people. This is hell.
I can't believe Bop was going to help you.
He knows I get home soon. I told him I don't care about his cause.
Even after you've seen what they
And
go
he
through
still wants to
Leave
help.
me alone.
Again, Conrad Bop.
Well, he says you can get food if you
Comrade
go
Bop
and
is
see him
based.
in an hour.
Fine. Message received.
Huh. But I somehow can't talk to Ragwan. I still can't talk to Ragwan about about what Huxley learned. No. It's a bit frustrating. It's a bit maddening, frankly. Let's just get back to the car. I'll pick up Huxley and then we see if this Ragwan thing goes anywhere. And if not, I think I'll just end the stream out of spite. Right, I need to find the antique video game lady. She was in Old Town. I wonder if I can... I might actually try to head to Old Town. Probably find a way to it on the map. Alright. Old Town, where are you at? The Knoll Gate. Waterside, Gallows, Clearwater, that has some stuff. Old Town, okay. This is a pretty small district. Alright, Old Town it is.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Do you think if I am a car for long enough, I will stop being a dog?
Well, I guess that depends. Do you feel like a car now?
No, I am a dog.
Well, whatever you feel like, that's what you are.
But other people don't look at me and think, that is a cute dog.
Well, let's be honest, you were never a cute dog.
But now I'm not any kind of dog. Not to other people, they just see me as a hova.
Who cares what other people think?
Look what happens when I try to bark.
That's strange. I guess there's going to be some weirdness when we put a dog automata in a Hava automata slot.
Am I still a dog if I don't bark?
Well, I'm your best friend, and I think of you as a dog.
Friend? If I'm a dog, am I not a pet?
Look, Camus, what do you want to be?
I feel like a dog. I was happier when I had the old body. What's a dog with no bark?
Stop second-guessing yourself. You're being maudlin.
Are you still a musician if you don't play music?
Hey, now you're being mean.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
What's really bothering you?
You didn't ask me if I wanted to be a dog or a hova.
Well, actually, you're right, Camus. Do you want to be either? You don't even need to be my friend if you don't want to be.
I feel sad.
Look, a lot of stuff is fucked up in this world, Camus. I won't make you be my friend or force you to stay with me. You can go free. I just want to let you know something first.
I am listening.
I like you. You're a good friend. As a dog, car, fire hydrant, vacuum cleaner, whatever.
I like you too. I want to be a dog and your friend.
All right then, let's get back to work. The sooner we make some more deliveries, the sooner I can save money to get you a proper frame.
Was the last job good?
The Andersons? I don't know, Camus. I've been thinking about automata and androids a lot. Sometimes it doesn't seem fair. Do you think it's fair?
I am not really programmed to think about fairness.
I can see why they would make you that way.
People are programmed too, but not by programmers. By the world around them.
That's very wise, Camus.
I am not programmed to be wise.
Well, you've gone beyond your programming then.
Is that a compliment?
Maybe the highest compliment.
Then I think you have gone beyond your programming too.
Oh. Okay. So I kinda lied. I'm going around getting collectibles. I swear I've been here before. I guess not. Just in places that look similar. Yeah, again, there is something to be said of, like, things lacking a sense of place here, and, like, how that relates to commentary on, like, city infrastructure and stuff like that. But it kind of, the commentary falls apart when you realize that, like, a lot of these are prefabricated structures. Now, granted, given the workflow of game development, I'm not surprised, and I'm still impressed that they were able to put together enough environments that are distinct enough for players to tell them decently apart. Like, the fact that I have an intuition that the game buyer was in Old Town is, I think, a good thing, right? Like, even if I'm wrong, just the fact I have, like, an instinct to go on, is I think, nice, right? It's nice to be able to have that. But then you realize that stuff like this restaurant pavilion, right? Like, this is a prefabricated asset. It looks like all the other restaurant pavilions. Well, I guess there's a small detail change. So, you know what? Credit where it's due. It's prefab, but, like, they at least, like, change some of the details in some cases. But, you know, like, I don't doubt that there is stuff that they've done with this game where they've, like, made... Excuse me, where they've reused assets. Because it's like, that's just game development. Like, you don't have time to hand sculpt a world of this scale. At least not on, like, an indie budget. The fisherman. Ow. In the Mara. This says they used to catch in the bay before corpse sex started. Right. Oh, is it fishing that's punishable by death? Anyway, we're supposedly in Old Town now, right? No. We're not. I haven't gone to Old Town yet. I just see the color of the highway change and assume I'm in Old Town. Punch card? Punch card. Is that everything? That's everything for now. And it made us a nice little circuit back to our car. And that's a bus. Ow. Ow.
Are we supposed to take things from people on the street?
You know we're not, so why do you ask?
I was confused.
No, you were being my conscience. And annoying. Sorry, it's just a lot of money. We have to take some risks. Tell me about these Sons of Sanguine.
I can search the undernet.
Too risky, just the regular nets. News articles and holovids.
Cult stole my baby. Sons of Sanguine recruiting pop stars by blackmail. Sons of Sanguine High Priest disowns rebellious daughter. A Sanguine monk who claimed to survive without food or drink was revealed to be a fraud, caught eating a 40-inch pizza.
You see why I avoid the news? So they're your basic loony cult.
They say they are a legitimate religion.
Of course they do.
What is the difference between a cult and a religion?
The entrance fee. Let's just drop the package and get out of there fast.
That's very cynical. That's an extremely cynical view of religion. Granted, one that I don't disagree with. Yeah, I think the lady was here? Yes, there she is. That's the video game lady. Next to the coffee shop. So it's in Waterworks in Old Town. I don't think I was able to get into the sewers yet, so we're gonna have to leave that. But I want to talk to the video game lady. Roombas out on the street. Danya, that was her name.
I found another game, I think. It's different, though.
Let's talk. Give it here.
This one is a circuit board, so no magnets, right?
Fumbo's Quest. It's a game cartridge. That means it loads much faster than the tape.
So you would need to wait for the game to start? How long? Seconds?
For the cartridge here, yeah. For the tape, maybe 5 minutes.
Minutes?
People had longer attention spans back then.
You would need a different computer
this old
to play
chestnut.
this one?
Yes, a game console, and a rare one at that. C64.
What was this game about?
It was a side-scrolling platformer.
What?
You would move either left or right, jumping your sprite up and down as you collected stuff. The games were very abstract back then. You had to use your imagination a lot.
What was the central metaphor of Fumbo's Quest, then?
You had to collect assembly-level instructions to program a computer, freeing a consciousness called Pili. By uploading a consciousness to a machine, you save the world.
That's a bit far-fetched.
You have to remember, these games were all symbolic.
I wonder where that's
the
gonna
hero's
come in.
journey and all that.
So is this worth more than the game about punching?
A little more, yeah. Good find. You want to play this one?
I'm good. I'll just take the limbs for now.
Alright, I do want to pick up Huxley. Update and be like, hey, Ragwan was on the street. Found him. But I didn't ask him about the missing person. Because I have no concern for that whatsoever.
LifeCorp, become your new perfect.
Also, the sound balancing, I'm noticing, is actually very good on, like, left to right in terms of, like, telling you where sound effects came from. I quite like that. Alright, Caledon. I should see if I can, like, get Gaz Good Time Sprite anywhere, and I'm gonna start trolling Laszlo with it. Also, where are these individual nav points sending me? Little China. Okay, so we can actually deliver to Gallows Row. Sorry, Huxley, but yet another delay is getting in your way. Huxley is not a priority for me, I admit. I think I do need to go through this tunnel. This not-so-secret tunnel. Ow. Alright. Oh, hey, we're back here. Okay.
Greetings from the mother. Please put your finger on the scanning plate.
I just need to drop off a package. I don't have a security pass or anything.
The scanning plate, Pilgrim.
I'm not a pilgrim. Look, I don't want to come in or anything. Can you just take this package, please? Or do you have a mail slot?
It's an automated
the
system.
Scanning plate, please.
Fine. Just here? Ouch. Something jabbed me. I'm bleeding.
We just need to check your type. We are confident you are not one of the forbidden.
Uh-oh.
You are? I'm not.
Alert. Alert. Forbidden type detected. Please leave immediately.
But I just need to...
Alert. Alert. Forbidden type detected. Please leave immediately.
Fine, I'll take it
Why
back.
do you keep trying to
Talk
talk
about
to a clearly automated system? Alright, now we're gonna go pick up Huxley. We'll get back to road trip later.
Was it a bad idea to take the package?
Yes. You get to say the 4 sweetest words in the world.
Let's go to the park?
That's 5.
5.
Yep.
Go to the park?
No, I told you so.
Ah, yes. Those are good too.
Let's just take this package back to Rotriv.
So yeah, again, back to the point about mispronunciation. It's the fact that like people will mispronounce names within a conversation that they're introduced that I don't think that they're trying to make a point about like erasure of culture, because they also just made that point explicitly, right? And so like I think while having supporting evidence in the world for it is fine, but like other people have called it ramen, and like these are all like people like local to the area. Right, like it is a mega city, and I'm sure it has its own like divisions of language. But like someone calling it ramen and another person calling it ramen, I don't buy it. There are much better, clearer ways to make a point about cultural erasure and assimilation than the mispronunciation of a single, honestly rather common foodstuff. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my point on that. It's a bit ranty, but, you know, got there eventually. Also had a massive delay in between the actual pronunciation of it than otherwise. It is interesting kind of the camera rebound from going up and down. Where do I park here? I guess I park here. Yeah. And then I'm gonna take the tunnel. And I think I take another tunnel. And then wait for it. Tunnel. Oh no, he's just at a food stall. Okay.
Welcome to my humble restaurant in the rain. What can I get you?
Yeah, same thing about or that thing about like reusing assets goes towards the merchants and the waiters too.
Don't let all the rain get you down. See you again soon.
This had better be good, Huxley. Wait, what happened to your arm?
It was a good question. How do I tell the dame that when Raguan's goons gave me the elbow, I lost an arm? We had to get moving.
Alright.
I gave them a nav point that would get us out of danger.
They ripped your arm off? You have to go to CorpSec, Huxley.
Raguan, CorpSec, Peter. They were all tangled up in some complex web I couldn't untangle. But I knew one thing. If I tugged on the wrong thread, the spiders were gonna come for their lunch.
What does that mean?
I'm sorry I said to pick him up. He is still very annoying.
Quiet for now, Camus. Huxley, you think CorpSec is involved in Pashta's disappearance?
It was all connected, but I couldn't see how. Someone was lying. Raguan said I should talk to Peter, but then his gorillas ripped off my arm and threw me out of a 6th-floor window.
So just call Peter and ask him what's really going on.
Now the client wouldn't answer my calls. I could feel the girl slip through my fingers, and if I couldn't pull her back, she'd slip through the cracks too.
That's why you called me, right? You want me to take you to Peter?
I wanted to tell the dame that she was right, that it would be easy. She thought I was asking for a quick journey across town, but I was asking her for much more.
It's kind of weird that we've just kind of like abandoned the whole control Cloudpunk shtick at this point. Like it feels like a long time since we've actually done a job for
Her to
Cloudpunk.
go out on a limb for me.
Huxley, just this one time.
I guess we've done
please
several
get to
in
the
this
point.
stream, so.
Cloudpunk. That was the name of the company the dame worked for. They had some serious resources. Vehicles, contacts with society both high and low, and an up-to-date address list of almost everyone living in Nivalis.
Oh no.
That's a breach of privacy.
Huxley, that could get me fired.
If we are just asking, maybe we won't get in trouble.
Camus, you didn't want us to help Huxley in the first place.
I have been thinking more about things. About automata and what we do.
And?
We need to help each other. Help each other be better. Like saving a little girl. Everything is so complicated in the city. You do something and it is a bit good, but a bit bad too. But saving the little girl is only good. I can't explain it very well.
No, it's fine. I get it. It's nice to help people when you can, but I'm responsible for both of us, Camus. If I get fired, I can't even keep you in the Hava. Never mind find you a new body.
I understand. I still want to help find Pashta.
I didn't want to impose on.
Quiet, both of you. I have to make a call. Control, this is driver 14. This is Rania. I need to ask for a favor.
Oh, here's Control.
I read you, driver. What do you need?
I need an address.
I don't think I'm understanding you. We don't have a new job for you yet. There's no packages right now, but if you give it half an hour...
This isn't really about work. I need a personal favor. I just need you to give me someone's address.
You, know this someone?
Not really. Look, I know it's a big ask.
You ain't joking. You're asking me to share private info I could, get deleted.
Deleted?
Fired. I could get fired. You want to tell me what this is all about?
Can't drink would get
A girl is
deleted. He's
missing.
an AI.
The less details you know, the better, right? I just need this one favor, Control. It's important to me.
I don't want to hear any more about this, 14FC. I'm signing off.
Control, wait. Her name is Pashta. She's alone, probably scared, taken from her family.
This has got nothing to do with us, Rania.
I could have been that little girl. That's why I have to help. Growing up, the debt corps could have taken me away from my mom. But every time, she somehow came up with the money. It was close. Don't you get it?
Look, Rania, this isn't a normal favor.
What if it was your little girl?
You don't want to go there. I can't.
Look, it's one address. Don't say anything. Don't tell anyone. Peter Unthrink. That's the name. Just hang up, then send us the address. I'll never ask for anything like this again.
Control out.
I am nervous. That was tense.
Yeah, I wasn't sure he would... We got a nav point.
The dame really came through.
Yeah.
Alright, that was good of Control. But yeah, Control is definitely not human. Maybe was at one point. But they're not now. Anyway.
I am receiving an order to stop. By CorpSec.
Are you sure it's CorpSec? I don't see anyone.
The signal is from close by, but I don't know where exactly. It seems like CorpSec, but there is no incident number. They normally send an incident number.
This is CorpSec. You're speaking to Agent Rio. We have reason to believe you are harboring a known criminal, rogue android Huxley.
Rio again? Why are you following us? Is this personal?
You are currently breaking the law. CorpSec requires you to turn in your passenger and surrender yourself to...
Camus, you said the signal is close by. I don't think this Rio is on official business. Is he affecting any of your systems?
No. If we drive, we could get out of his range.
You have 60 seconds to comply.
If he's not really CorpSec, I think we should run for it. But if he is, he might call for backup to chase us. Maybe we should call his bluff.
Ooh, this is good. I'm gonna escape. I didn't expect to encounter a time-based thing. Because either way, it's kind of calling his bluff. Yeah? Oh. Okay, that's not calling his bluff. Or that is calling his bluff if I go this way. I don't think I have time to escape. Just based on where I was when the signal was sent. Time's still ticking. How... I'm not getting over there. Wait, where is this? Ugh. Navigation sending me around in circles. Anyway, we want to go to Peter Unthrink. That's where we're going. Whatever happens, happens.
You know what? Fine. Arrest us. We'll talk to CorpSec officers about everything we know, including your boss.
But we don't want to be arrested. This is bad.
Quiet, Camus. If they wanted to arrest us, they wouldn't be talking. I don't think this is really CorpSec. Something is off.
Don't start a battle with me, girl. I'll make it into a war.
Either arrest us or let us go.
Drop this. Drop that android. Get yourself out of this mess while you can. I won't warn you again.
He has disconnected.
Let's get moving, Camus.
Alright.
Camus, where is this nav point taking us?
The Alexa Theater. Maybe Peter lives in an apartment above it?
Clerk in the lobby. Yeah, that would be my guess. Peter would be working the popcorn stand, mixing up the hottest flavors, caramel and anchovy with cinnamon protein flakes, ready for the next screening of some piece of trash anti-android prop films. Cyborgs Ate My Babies 3.
Is that a real movie?
Yes. I saw it advertised on a poster.
Gross.
We are getting a message. It is from Control.
Put him through.
He is not on comm. It's just a text message. He says that CorpSec networks are down all over the city. There's a CorpSec security point between here and the Alexa Theater. But if we go on foot, we might be able to get through.
I'm not sure
Hey,
CorpSec
Huxley has his
really are
arm
looking
back.
for us. I think it was just that one guy trying to scare us off.
Agent Rio?
Yeah. You're okay to go on your own, Huxley, right? We can drop you at the security point?
In a simple world, that would be the plan. But this was a complicated city. Security points like that one couldn't be crossed by an android without a human to accompany them.
What? Why?
I know why. On the holovids, they said something about an android virus. Humans
Yeah.
are worried that the androids are going crazy in this zone.
That sounds like crazy propaganda. Who would believe that?
The dame didn't know her history. Truth is, that neighborhood was never the friendliest for rust buckets like me to begin with. Back in '69, the riots hit the district hard. Alexa Theater was ground zero.
I'll come through with you then. If the security points are down, they shouldn't have any reason to stop us. But just be cool, Huxley. Try to speak like... Actually, just try to be completely silent once we're there. Can you do that? I'm impressed.
The fact that they had that thing.
Good evening, ma'am. We've got a problem with our system right now. I'm gonna have to ask you to be patient while I manually read through your record. We can't contact HQ right now.
No problem.
Is your android friend all right? Does he speak?
Not really.
Oh no, he's mute. He's always been mute. He doesn't have any recent issues with speech or anything.
Not
He's
suspicious.
been behaving very normally. So...
Please be
problems
less
with your
suspicious,
system,
Rania.
huh? That must be a bummer.
That's the weird thing. It's not the system itself. It's the agents working the security posts.
Yeah?
I swear, if we had unions, we'd be on strike. They got us working hours so long, half the agents are like zombies.
So we clear to go ahead, or...?
Then we got all these reports of androids going nuts. Turns out, there ain't no evidence that it's the androids at all. We got failed neural augments sparking paranoia. They should be locking up the humans.
What's causing all this?
Cora.
Who knows? My old man says the city AI has a virus, and it's infected us all. The humans, the androids, the programs controlling sanitation, traffic, everything.
You believe that?
Sure. But he also says they put mind control drugs in the toothpaste, and I'm gonna be a rich corpse CEO before I'm 30, so...
Can we go?
What's that? Oh, sure, whatever. Get going. And don't let your android buddy out of your sight. It's not safe for his kind in this zone.
Honestly, kind of
was
based
easy.
corpsec officer. Punch card? Punch card! Alright, and another punch card? Or is it going to be a corpsec flyer? It's a corpsec flyer. Yep. So I have 6 of these? I don't understand why you need corpsec flyers to get through the terminals. Probably just because like an automated system is looking for you to join their recruiting. I'm going to call the stream there. I hope y'all had a good time. Consider, maybe, leaving a like. Or subscribing. Or doing metric. Recommended. How is my bitrate that low? Oh, I dropped frame somewhere. Whoops. Meow, welcome back. Has the stream seemed laggy to you? I was gonna end stream here in a sec, but because apparently my bitrate is low. Which I don't know how that happened. Past couple streams it's been fine, but I guess for this it just it can't hang. I don't know. Also, thank you for leaving the like. The singular like. I'm sure it does help. I don't... Again, having black box algorithms for discoverability like this just kind of sucks, generally. But yeah. It's good to know that there are tendencies that you can follow, even so. You know, regression testing, etc. So yeah. Hope you all have a good one.